Wasn't ready. All right.
Are we on? Yep. Cool.
Wildcard weekend is here, and the hype is for real. Predictions, bold takes, and plenty more to get into. The Jacksonville Jaguars missed the playoffs, and things are not looking great down south. How will they get better? Can they get better? What's up, everybody? Welcome into the BallGame podcast. I'm Tom, joined by my two co-hosts.
I'm Matt.
I'm Chris.
All right, and we have two very special guests on the mic here today. We got our boys Pete and Nick set up with their very own producer, Mike. Say what's up, gentlemen.
Yo.
Finally.
All right.
Finally. The
So,
producer, Mike.
For those of you that were in here before, we had some technical difficulties. We apologize. Everything should be up and running smooth right now. But anyway, I got to say it again. If you guys like what you see, if you want to see more, subscribe, ring that bell, like, comment, all that good stuff. Follow us on all of our socials.
There it is.
And I know I asked before, but gentlemen, how we doing?
I'm all right, man. Can't complain.
Cool.
Busy day.
All
you know,
right.
School. So.
Chris, how we doing?
I'm all right.
All right. Cool. All right, so we'll just get right into it here. Last night was the biggest night in college football of the year. The Michigan Wolverines defeated the Washington Huskies 34-13 to become the NCAA champions. What were our reactions from the game?
Shout out Harbaugh, man. Fucking did it in a season where the deck was stacked against him. They called him a cheater. All that stuff. And guess what? Now he's a fucking national champion. Maybe it's because he's a cheater. We'll never know.
The two may correlate.
Unless we do know.
The two may correlate. It's possible.
But no, Michigan was the class of college football. Bunch of pros on that team. They dominated Washington's offensive line, which was actually the best offensive line in college football. Is it not working? Why are you? Oh, okay. I'm just making sure. The best offensive line in all of college football. They won the award for it, and Michigan just went out there and just outclassed that offensive line.
For sure.
Penix missed a few throws. McCarthy was horrible, might I add, for Michigan. He was just garbage. Had one great drive where he ran the ball, but didn't even result in that.
Saw people calling him a handoff merchant.
Bro, all right. So it's tough because, like, his physical profile lends to being a legitimate, like, top 3 pick in the NFL, but it's just he hasn't been asked to do much. And again, he wasn't asked to do much in this game because you had defense dominating. You had Corum and what's his name, the other running back, literally just controlling the shit out of this game.
They were running all over them.
So yeah, I mean, no, he's not required to do too much. Michigan did outclass them, out-physicaled them, I'll put it like that. For a Washington team that's been throwing the ball all over the yard all season, it wasn't there. The opportunity wasn't there for them. So, big ups to Michigan. But Washington definitely had its chances and didn't capitalize.
Yeah,
so.
for sure. Shout out Harbaugh and the boys. Chris, you have any thoughts on the game itself before we get into it?
No, I mean, you pretty much hit everything on the head. Michigan ran the shit out of the ball, and that was really all they needed to do.
Yeah.
Washington had a chance, though. They kept it close for the majority of the game, you know. They scored before halftime. It was, 17-10 going into the half? So, it was a game there for a minute, but Michigan's run game was just too much. I mean, you've two running backs going for over 100 yards in a game. You're probably not going to win that game. So
there was a point in that first half where they were averaging, I think it said 18 yards per carry or something.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's fucking crazy, bro. But yeah, no, they dominated that game. And Washington missed a big opportunity coming out of the half. I think it was that time when Penix just missed a wide open Odunze, who was probably going to walk in for a touchdown.
Yep.
So crazy shit. Washington had its opportunities, but Michigan is they're the class of college football, and we'll see what happens there. I mean, they may not be for long.
Yeah, there's been a ton of rumors about Jim Harbaugh going back up to the big leagues. I think it's definitely a real possibility. Like, he's going to get offers. Do we think he goes to the NFL?
I think it's a done deal. He's leaving college football now.
And where does he fit best? Who needs Jim Harbaugh the most?
There's one team, and that's it. It's the Los Angeles Chargers. And if you don't make it happen, you don't break out the checkbook, then you've lost. You've already, I don't care who else you could go out and get. Like Ben Johnson, cool, all that. Like, sure, you could go get Mike Vrabel even if you want to, but it's a loss if you don't get Jim Harbaugh. Open up the checkbook, go get this man, because we've already seen he could have success in the NFL. Like, that's not even a question.
In the Super Bowl, yeah.
Like, he's already made a Super Bowl in the NFL. Now you give him a guy like Justin Herbert, and he gets to build his own culture there. Look at what he did to Michigan in just a few years of being there. Turned the whole program around, made them the class of college football, and he could build a culture. And now you give him the chance to do that with the Los Angeles Chargers. who have never really found consistent success in the NFL as a franchise. So you give him the opportunity to turn things around. And I think that's the spot. He'll have other suitors, of course. Dallas especially. Watch out for Dallas if they have an early exit. But I think Harbaugh's bound to be a Charger. And I think it's just that simple. So,
yeah, I think the fact that he's had major success in the NFL before definitely helps his resume. You know,
makes it easy.
You're not getting Urban Meyer here. You know what I mean? Like,
you're not.
You're getting the cream of the crop.
What do you think, Chris?
No, I mean, I think LA is just the obvious choice. You know, they're looking to win now. They're not looking to go through a rebuild. Harbaugh is a coach who just won, obviously not at the NFL level, but you know, in the college football level, probably the second best football league in the world. Just won a national championship. So he's a guy, and you know, he's been to a Super Bowl as a coach in the NFL before too. So I think it just makes too much sense. You know, the only other guy for LA is probably Belichick. You want a guy to win now. You don't want to go that route of, you know, hiring a coordinator from someone else for their first head coaching job. I don't think LA is looking for a guy who's going to be a first-time head coach.
Yeah.
So I think Harbaugh just makes too much sense.
And as you said, I mean, I guess we'll just mention this now. Obviously, Mike Vrabel was fired, which was
shocking to me.
It was shocking to a lot of people. But I actually had this conversation with Lav a few days ago, and I said to him, I said, don't be surprised if Vrabel's not the coach of the Titans after this offseason, because I don't know. I didn't see him sticking it out for a potential rebuild, and I also 2 losing seasons in a row. I didn't know if they would hold on to him. And so that's what ended up happening. I mean, he deserved the benefit of the doubt. Let me say that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not implying that. It's just that this was going to be for a rebuild, and it was, I'm pretty sure, a new GM that didn't hire him in the first place. So, yeah, I think it was just, I saw the writing on the wall, at least in my opinion, what I thought, and he got fired. And he's going to have suitors.
He is definitely going to have suitors. I thought it would be a mutual parting ways kind of thing.
And not putting it out there.
Yeah, like the fact that he got fired was, I mean, I don't know about that for Tennessee, but I like you said, I get it. He's a winning guy. He's definitely gonna have his suitors. A lot of belief that he's gonna go with the Patriots should Belichick leave there.
That's one case.
Yeah,
I think the Chargers, as you said before, they want an established guy. He's another guy that could build a culture.
I don't even hate that if they choose him over Harbaugh. I don't know that.
No, don't do that.
Yeah,
don't do that. I think it's clear that Jim Harbaugh is the best coach available in the coaching carousel.
No, that's fair.
Like, sure, Bill Belichick's a thing, but I'm sorry, but Bill is not what he was. Like, you're stuck in the past. You're left behind. He's great defensively, but I think it's Jim Harbaugh is the clear one, and then everyone else is like, no, I know.
Oh, I was gonna say no. I wasn't saying Belichick.
Yeah. I'm saying Jim Harbaugh is the best coach available in this coaching carousel,
That's
even
fair.
with the fact that Bill Belichick may be in it.
Yeah,
I think the guy that you want right now is Jim Harbaugh.
It depends.
In my personal opinion,
it depends on what type of team you are and what you're looking for. I think a team like LA, Jim Harbaugh is probably the top choice. But then you look at a team like Atlanta, and honestly, I think Mike Vrabel is the guy for them. I mean, Mike Vrabel, if he's gonna do one thing, and one thing only. He's going to get across to his players, and he's going to establish a culture.
Yeah.
And a team like Atlanta probably needs that right now after the shit show of coaching they had go on this year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think Vrabel to Atlanta is just a perfect fit. I'd be disappointed if he doesn't end up in Atlanta, honestly.
Yeah.
And also, just to mention, shout out to Nico, Elite Takes. I don't know if you guys know Nico.
Yeah,
you've
Nico's
seen
fire.
his stuff. He put out a tweet, and the tweet says, quote, "The Titans are now in a very similar spot to the Dolphins 2 years ago when they fired Brian Flores, getting rid of a high-floor, tough-minded Bill Belichick disciple in hopes to build a modernized identity under a San Francisco influence. Makes sense for them to gamble on another young Shanahan guy. Obviously, Bobby Slowick stands out as a top target," which, when you look at it from that angle,
can't hate it.
It makes sense. Like, yeah, Vrabel's coaching philosophies might be a little bit outdated, but also, not to shit on Nico or anything, but I think this tweet kind of undermines a little bit what Vrabel did with that Tennessee Titans group in comparison to what a guy like Flores did with Miami. But I mean, Vrabel, what was in the playoffs 3 out of 4 years in Tennessee?
I think he had 4 straight seasons of making.
So
Four
4
straight
out of
seasons,
5?
and then the last 2
4 out of
losing
6?
4 out of 6, yeah.
I mean, like, you really couldn't have done a better job.
With
and
an underwhelming roster.
Yeah.
for
And, you
the
know,
most part.
Yeah.
I'm not going to compare Mike Vrabel to Bill Belichick, so don't take this the wrong way. But you look at a guy like Bill Belichick, who had extended success with the team he was on. The team, you know, had to go into a necessary rebuild. And the Patriots said, you know, you did so much for us. Try and let's try and see if you could lead us through this rebuild, but also you might not be the guy, hence why we expect Bill Belichick to not be coaching in New England. It's kind of the same situation in Tennessee, and that's why I'm kind of upset by the firing. Like, hey, look what this guy did for us. Why don't we give him a try and let him try and rebuild with this group? You know what I mean? At least give him a shot to try and rebuild things up because of how important he was to the franchise and the city for, the past 6 years?
Yeah. So there's like pretty clearly 2 like winning formulas now with the NFL, and it's you either got to hit on a young mind, on a young offensive mind at head coach, and that will raise the floor and potentially the ceiling of your team. And you figure out the quarterback from there, or you have an elite quarterback and a defensive-minded coach, and you could go from there because that balances each other out. And I mean, we're seeing that right now with the Bills, Sean McDermott, Josh Allen. So I wouldn't even hate if Vrabel did end up in a Chargers.
Yes, that's why I said that about Vrabel. Yeah,
like I don't hate that because he could establish a culture and he has Justin Herbert. Like that's a match made in heaven. I get that, but at the same time, like Harbaugh can establish that culture too. We just saw it. But yeah, no, Vrabel getting fired was unexpected, but at the same time, I think Bobby Slowick should get that job, and I think he will get that job. And he's worked wonders with the rookie of C.J. Stroud this year. So I think he's bound to get a head coaching job this offseason, and I think if that's the spot, then let's see what happens with Will Levis in year 2. So
It's hot in here.
it is a little hot. I'm going to tell my mom to turn down the heat, actually.
Yeah, that would be nice.
one thing I wanted to touch on with the coaches is we throw around the term culture a lot, and this guy can build a culture and this. And I feel like a lot of people, not us or anything, but a lot of people say that and don't really know what that means. So why is it do you guys think that some coaches can build a culture and some just can't? Are some guys just not like leaders that you want to look up to? Is that kind of what it is?
Yeah, I think, you know, obviously football is a lot of schematics and stuff like that, and you have to be able to coach up a good scheme. But, I mean, you're leading a locker room of 53 grown-ass men
That are making millions of dollars.
who are making millions of dollars, and before they got to the NFL, were pretty much stars their whole life. Even the last guy on the roster was probably a star in high school and a star in college.
Player on high school team.
Right, so these guys were stars and you know, the most popular kid in their class their whole life. So you're leading a group of grown-ass men
with ego,
making millions of dollars who have egos. So it's a tough job, and it's not for everyone. It's not for everyone.
So yeah, you brought up a good point. It's personality. Like, can you get these guys to believe in you? And I'm not saying that like a hard ass coach is the right way to go every time.
Right.
You got to understand the players that you have and how they respond to certain types of coaching. So the best types of coaches are the ones that can have that side to them, but also can change how they react and, you know, coach up a certain type of player. If you are versatile in how you can adapt yourself to different situations, then you're going to make a great coach. Because you can't just be a hard ass constantly.
Right.
And we're seeing that with Bill Belichick now. It's starting to become a bit outdated when you don't have an elite quarterback next to you. We've seen that with Josh McDaniels. Like the guy did not have the resume of Bill Belichick, but wanted to have the attitude and the ego of Bill Belichick.
Yep.
So it's a big difference there. Like, you need a guy that's versatile and can adapt to the people around him. And if you could do that, you're going to be a great head coach. You got to have that type of personality. So that's a big deal there. And hence why I think certain guys in this coaching carousel this is the best I think we've seen of a coaching like off season, like where we could hire this guy. Like, you don't have this often. And now you have like 5 legitimate candidates where it's like, holy shit, these guys could be great head coaches or have already been great head coaches in the NFL. So I think that's going to make for a very interesting offseason, and a lot of teams are going to get their guys.
Yeah, totally. One other guy in that coaching carousel did not have much success in his last job, but has had success in the past. Ron Rivera was let go by the Washington Commanders, and long
He's
time coming.
finito.
Yeah, a long time coming. Yeah, no one's giving him a job, but
He's finito.
long time coming for the Washington Commanders. They cleaned house. I think they
Cleared
fired
house.
their entire defensive
Everything.
staff. Yeah.
Pretty much everything.
Except for Eric Bieniemy. So we're going to get into them, but real quick, do they just promote Bieniemy, or do they shop around a little bit, let Bieniemy become a head coach somewhere else?
I think you shop around, and I think you hold on to Bieniemy. I personally don't think Bieniemy was the problem there. I think it was a little bit of an adjustment. I mean, you went from having the best quarterback in the NFL, the best tight end of all time, arguably, to having Tyreek Hill for a few of those years too, to having Sam Howell and Austin Wiley as your pass protector. So it's a different situation. I think he did there was like a 3-4 week stretch in the middle of the season where Sam Howell strung together some really good games.
Yeah.
The play calling was really creative and innovative. Like it was some really good stuff. And I think if you go and get one of these other offensive minds, like a Ben Johnson or a Bobby Slowick, and you pair that up with a guy like Eric Bieniemy, and let those two collaborate and really cook up, like it could be some beautiful offensive schemes. So
it comes down to whether Bieniemy gets a potential head coaching gig elsewhere. Too. But if he's not, which it seems like he forever gets glossed over in the head coaching candidate.
Right, and I think especially this year because there's so many guys who had success elsewhere.
That
like
he didn't have that.
Like right, why am I gonna go hire Eric Bieniemy, who was the offensive coordinator for one of the worst offenses in the NFL, when there's guys like Bobby Slowick and Ben Johnson out there? So
I think, and they entrusted Bob Myers to help them with this head coaching search and GM search and all this stuff. Yeah. So that's super interesting too.
Something else that's interesting about that is supposedly that was in the works for a while now.
So maybe that's why he left.
But that's why he stepped down?
I don't know about that, but just in terms of Washington, they were able to keep that confidential, and that shows the new ownership, and that shows that it's a new era of Washington football.
Previous ownership would not have kept that.
I'm very scared of how good Washington's going to be in a few years, because it seems like they now have their culture in check, which is a big deal.
Yeah.
They're building. It's going to take some time.
Yeah.
Ron Rivera's done. I think his NFL career is fully finished, which is perfectly okay. I mean, he's also had his health problems, so I wish Ron the absolute best.
Yeah.
But I think getting one of these guys like Bobby Slowick, which I think he will end up with the Titans job, but Ben Johnson gonna have his choice of coaching vacancies as well. So I think he ends up in Chicago. But who knows? Washington's going to go for some guys. And it seems like this ownership group, they care a lot. So they'll pony up a little check here or there if they need to. So I'm excited to see what happens with Washington, even though they're a division rival and I hate them to death. But yeah, I'm excited to see what happens there. There's a lot of coaches out there and a lot of potential guys that can, turn this whole thing around.
Speaking of potential guys that could turn the whole thing around, the Washington Commanders have the second pick in the draft this year as well.
Yep.
So they cleaned house, fired Rivera, dismantled the entire defensive coaching staff, brand new ownership group. Bob Myers joins the squad. Seems like they're virtually starting from scratch. So where do we think they go with the second pick?
Just do that again and say, where do we think the Commanders? Just so it's
where do we think the Commanders go with the second pick?
It's an obvious choice. I expect Caleb Williams to be off the board at pick 1. Number 2, there's one guy. We've been saying it this whole draft cycle up to this point. There are 2 quarterbacks in this class that could potentially be generational. And
we don't know Ball, though.
Apparently that's a crazy thing to say.
Crazy thing to say. Yeah. We don't know Ball.
But
continue.
I had the privilege to watch this guy for the past 2 years as the starting quarterback of my favorite college football team. I don't follow college football, but as you guys know, diehard North Carolina basketball fan. By default, I made myself a diehard North Carolina football
Makes
fan.
sense.
So I've had the pleasure to really closely watch this guy for the past 2 years. The choice is Drake May. It's obvious. I mean, you're looking at a 6'4", 229-pound quarterback. He has the ideal size, girth, length to play quarterback at the NFL level. This past season had a 63.3% completion percentage, 3,608 yards, 24 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Stats don't jump off the board at you, don't jump off the screen at you, but he had a really good year. Thing about Drake May is he can make every throw in the book. He extends plays, and he will put his life on the line to make the play. I mean, the clip, it's going to circulate all draft season probably of Drake May against Pitt getting wrapped up and throwing a left-handed touchdown. Stuff like that isn't normal. It's not normal. He has some rushing upside. You know, he can move a little bit. I see a lot of Justin Herbert comps for Drake May.
Exactly who I think of, though.
I think Drake May has a little bit more juice in terms of the rushing than Justin Herbert. Maybe just because Justin Herbert doesn't showcase it all the time in LA, but I think Drake May has a little bit more juice in that regard. I mean, he could break sacks. He's great in the pocket. I mean, he'll just dance around that pocket and he has the feel, and he's arguably the best deep ball thrower in this class. I have a stat here. He had a 96.8 PFF passer grade on 20-plus yard throws this year. That was third in the country amongst Power 5 schools, behind only Jaden Daniels and Jalen Milroe, with significantly more attempts. So he, in my opinion, was the best deep ball thrower in the country. Those stats, too, I think Caleb was fourth in that regard, but cleared Caleb, too. So I mean, Caleb is as good as he is, and Drake May, there's legitimate potential that Drake May could be better than Caleb Williams. So I think that's just a testament of how great Drake May is.
I honestly agree with that. Yeah.
Drake's a #1 pick in almost any other draft
Yes,
class.
100,000% if you didn't have another generational prospect.
Yeah, right.
Like, I know the word generational gets thrown around, but, like, I'll put it like this. The best prospect that we've seen as a quarterback since Trevor Lawrence is Caleb Williams, and probably Drake May right there, too. So you're talking about two of the best quarterback prospects since a guy like Trevor Lawrence, who was the chosen one for the longest fucking time. So here's my biggest thing. Like, I agree, and I think that's the way that they should go. But we also brought up the counter argument last podcast about the Bears potentially trading down and Justin Fields and all that stuff. So this is a skin and bones roster now. Like, they've traded a lot of guys away. And all that. There is still some solid pieces here, but there's a lot of holes. What the potential hole that they would get back could potentially fill some of those holes, and then allows them in the future to potentially trade up for a guy if they want it, if they so choose. But that's not, in this situation, I would say that that's not even a possibility, because you're going to hire a new head coach, and he's going to look at it like, okay, I have the second pick, so I could take this quarterback, and now I get to start my career with my guy. So it's like that's a non-starter. So like I'm just playing devil's advocate, but that's not even a potential like thing.
And also for the fans too, you're bringing in a whole new staff. You're gonna bring in a new coach. Let's bring in a new quarterback too for the faces. You know what I mean? We have a new face at head coach. We have a new face at quarterback.
Yep.
Like, and those two go hand in hand. You know what I mean? Look at the way we talk about DeMeco Ryans and C.J. Stroud. You know what I mean? When you talk about C.J. Stroud, you talk about DeMeco Ryans.
Yes.
When you talk about DeMeco Ryans, you talk about C.J. Stroud.
Yep.
That's just the way it is. They go hand in hand. So,
like when you talk about Frank Reich, you talk about Bryce Young. So
Sure. Yeah. For about 8 games you did.
but yeah.
Yeah, I think Drake's the way to go. The only way they don't take him is if for some reason Caleb didn't go one.
It's either one of the two.
Yeah.
Unless Jaden Daniels is the guy.
is there another question we have following this? A question
for the Commanders?
Yeah. What do they do with Sam Howell?
So that was what I was going to get into, because you guys pretty much hit everything on the head with Drake May, generational prospect. Your guys there, start over with your guy. Like, that's the biggest thing with a head coach. Because even you mentioned Frank Reich. Now, I'm not saying he probably would have got fired anyway, but he didn't want Bryce Young, were the rumors. So
CJ.
Yeah, so he wanted CJ. So you want to do that with your new coach. You want to gear this team for him to be as successful as possible because he's the start. He's the foundation. As far as Sammy, man, I hope he gets a shot somewhere else.
I agree.
Because I just think he showed enough flashes where he could be someone's quarterback, but when Drake May's on the board, not your quarterback.
So I just thought of something. I'm looking at these helmets over here, and I thought of some potential fits. There's one that actually kind of intrigues
on the
me.
bottom?
There's a few. So I'll start throwing teams out there. Pittsburgh Steelers, potentially. Throwing a trade out there for him because Kenny Pickett sucks. The
Yep.
Denver Broncos, if they can't potentially get a franchise quarterback, do they pull the trigger and take a shot on a guy like Sam Howell? The Las Vegas Raiders, do they potentially take a shot on a guy like Sam Howell for cheap because Jimmy Garoppolo is still under contract?
Right.
There's some possibilities here. There's going to be what I think a potential market for Sam Howell. Will it be an expensive market? No, but I think the Commanders will have the ability to get, for the flashes that he showed, a 4th-round pick. Maybe it's a conditional third. So that if he plays a certain number of snaps, you get a 3rd-round pick in return. I think there will be teams out there that are potentially willing to throw something like that to the Commanders for Sam Howell, and I think they'd be, definitely answering the phone to listen to some offers. I think they could get back Jacoby Brissett probably as their backup quarterback at that point. But there will be a market for Sam Howell, in my personal opinion, and I think there's some teams that make some logical sense here. So
if they do throw the curveball at us, and go with Marvin Harrison, man, I will be pushing the nastiest Sam Howell agendas all offseason. Oh, my God. Sam Howell. Brian Many Men Robinson.
oh Lord,
Marvin Harrison Jr. and Terry McLaurin. Fuck Jahan Dotson.
yeah, fuck that, man.
Fuck Jahan Dotson.
Really
But, man,
excited for him in Dynasty.
Sam, Marv, B-Rob, and Terry. Shoosh. Draft some O-line in the later rounds with all your extra 2nd and 3rd round picks.
They'll go get their guy. No doubt about it. I think they'll go get their guy. But I mean, Marvin is that guy. Like, he really is that guy. Like, generational type wide receiver prospect. On some like Calvin Johnson, like haven't seen this since Calvin Johnson type shit. So, but yeah, nah. In the end, you go get your quarterback right now. It's time.
Yeah, agreed. All right, so that's the Commanders. Gonna be a fun draft, man. That's what I will say.
I hope so, Nick. Brian Dable and Drake May would be a match made in heaven, might I just add.
Sure, yeah. Just want to point out for the next few weeks, we are going to go over each of the top 10 picks, I believe we decided, in depth like we just did with the Commanders because kind of a loaded draft. It's going to be a lot of fun going over those picks. Yeah, for sure. It's going to be a fun one. So moving on, we are moving on to a segment that we like to call We're Better at Your Job Than You. So I'll just intro this. Like the Jacksonville Jaguars finished the season with a 9-8 record. They were definitely one of the most disappointing teams in football this season, if not the most. After going out and getting Calvin Ridley, this team projected to be one of the more high-powered offenses in the NFL, and defense didn't live up to par either. So I'm gonna pose it to you guys, man. You guys get the call. Say, hey, whoever's running the show here, he's not doing it anymore, and we're desperate. And we saw you guys talk about Justin Fields and the Bears, and we think all those people are wrong. You guys know ball. What do we do?
Well, let's talk about the collapse first. I feel like
Sure.
How did we get here?
Yeah.
So
8-4, man.
Jacksonville Jaguars started the season 6-2. They had their bye in week 9, so they had their bye literally halfway through the season. They played 8 games, had a bye, played another 8 games. So they started 6-2, finished 3-6. So from weeks 10 to 18. The defense was 24th in EPA per play, 25th in success rate, 22nd in dropback EPA per play, 24th in rush EPA per play. And I remember early on when the Jaguars were winning games, how much props we gave that defense.
Yep.
But while we were giving them those props, we were surprised by it, hence why we kept giving them so many props. And they came back to life. But a guy like Trevor Lawrence should be grateful that the defense carried them through the first few weeks of the season, but he should have stepped his game up and put the team on his back as the defense regressed. And he did the complete opposite. So from weeks 1 to week 8, Trevor Lawrence had 9 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, a 68.9 completion percentage. Weeks 10 to 18, 12 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, a 63.7 completion percentage. So the stats took a hit. Trevor Lawrence was, everyone complaining about the turnovers. He had a bunch of fumbles in there too. Trevor Lawrence I was asking Joe Cruz this at work yesterday, actually. We were talking about Trevor Lawrence. We watched a game back, actually. But I was asking him, I was like, what does Trevor Lawrence do that's exceptional?
I mean,
it's okay to be a great all-around quarterback, but
I was about to say his accuracy on the deep ball prior to the season especially was great. Like, he was a very good deep ball passer. And it's turned out that, like, this year he regressed significantly. Like, I don't know what it was. It was bad offensive line play. It was Calvin Ridley not being nearly consistent enough. Zay Jones being out of the lineup, who helped a lot. Christian Kirk late in the season also being out in the lineup, who we know, that's Trevor Lawrence's number one guy. And it's just okay, here's another one. A ground game that just couldn't get off the ground. Like,
it's very interesting, too, because Travis Etienne had a very good start to the season in terms of fantasy. But
not efficiency.
How I was looking into the defense from the first half of the season to the second half of the season, I looked into the rushing stats just to see, they were probably good in the first half of the season, and then they fell off. It was bad all year.
Yep.
They were bottom 5 in pretty much every advanced rushing stat all year, which I was very surprised to see. I wasn't expecting that when I was doing my notes on this. I have in my notes, ETN fooled us the first few weeks of the season.
See, that's the thing. Like, people always talk about fantasy production too. Like, if you just look at fantasy production, you'd see that Travis Etienne was the RB3 for the year. But then you look at the games, and you look at his efficiency numbers, and he's averaging like 3.6 yards per carry. And it's like the offensive line couldn't get any push. He was breaking tackles. That really wasn't much of the problem. It was just the fact that there was no push from the offensive line whatsoever. And it was just poor offensive line play on both ends in terms of pass blocking and run blocking. So when you have that combined with an ineffective receiver group, I mean, how much can a quarterback really do? So Trevor Lawrence, I think, will have a bounce-back season next year. They just cleaned house, too. They got rid of their defensive coordinator and offensive coordinator and a bunch of coaches. So they better figure that one out. You got to nail those hires. Yeah. That's a big thing. But it's also just, there was no help to Trevor Lawrence. Like, they were no help to Trevor Lawrence in general. So
the last thing I want to say before we go into what they do from here, Christian Kirk might be the MVP of this team.
Yep.
Because he got hurt in the beginning of Week 13 versus Cincy, and that's when everything pretty much went downhill.
Yes.
They finished the season, 2 and whatever from that point. I don't remember what it was from the Cincy game, but, Christian Kirk was having a good season. He got hurt, and that seems to be when everything fell apart. So now, Tom, ask the question, man.
Fellas, where does Jacksonville go from here?
So, I'm going to be dead honest with you. This is, I don't want to say it's one of the worst situations in the league, because it's not. But Calvin Ridley's a free agent. Jesus fuck. Calvin Ridley's a free agent. I actually wonder if they fucking heard that from these mics, to be honest. That was insane. That was insane.
No remorse.
So Trevor Lawrence is up for the extension now. Calvin Ridley's a free agent. Josh Allen's a free agent. And you only have like $27 million in salary cap space. Woof. So it's like, you're not in a great position. You're really not. So you better nail your draft picks. You better re-sign Josh Allen at the bare minimum. And then if you don't re-sign Calvin Ridley, you have a bare wide receiver room. So it's like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place right now. I think it's literally as simple as you re-sign Josh Allen. You probably got to give Trev whatever he asks for, if we're being completely honest. because he turned your franchise.
He's listening to see.
You're an idiot.
Did it pick up?
And then it's from there. It's you don't have much flexibility to sign free agents, and you better know your draft picks and get the right coaches. I feel like that's literally it's as simple as that. That's what it comes down to for me. So,
Yeah, I mean, I expect Trevor Lawrence to be better for the course of next season. I still trust the talent and the draft prospect he is and the flashes he's shown at the NFL level. I don't think this roster is as bad as people are making it out to be, though. I think people are giving Trevor Lawrence the benefit of the doubt. I'm not going to lie. I think people are being too easy on him. I mean, people are complaining about this receiver room. They went out and traded for a guy who, yeah, maybe he's not the same Calvin Ridley from Atlanta. He still was near 1,000 yards. Like, he wasn't terrible. Christian Kirk obviously got hurt, but he gave them a good
pace
first
for 1,000
half of the
yards,
season.
probably, right?
Evan
he was on
Ingram,
pace, yeah.
Evan Ingram had another really good season. Like this, Travis Etienne, maybe the run game as a whole was pretty inefficient, but Travis Etienne isn't a bad player. I think the biggest problem is the O-line.
Yes.
I think that's the biggest problem.
Yeah.
That's what you need to address. But I mean, the people. I know Brett James is a big Jaguars fan. I know he complained about the weapons room a little bit. I still believe this is one of the better weapon rooms in the NFL, honestly. Maybe they lack a true alpha number one because Calvin Ridley isn't that guy, but overall, I mean, this is a good group of guys, no? Last year, we were praising them for being such a good group of guys.
It was the drops. That's the issue.
The drops were
Ridley
terrible.
Calvin Ridley
drops,
came in and had a lot of drops this season. Zay Jones had a key drop that could have costed them the entire season in the last game. That turned into an interception. Like it's tough. I mean,
I think if you have Kirk though, it changes a lot.
Exactly, and I agree, and that's the big difference there. But we're talking about the fact that you might not even have Ridley next year.
Right.
I agree that if Kirk is there, it changes a lot and it helps.
You'll have
Are you
Ridley,
definitely re-signing Ridley?
You'll have Ridley or you'll have T. Higgins.
You think so?
You're not gonna Trevor Lawrence. I mean, like it's prime time.
You
for
You
guys-
don't have
wait,
the
wait,
cap space for that. That's the
You
issue.
guys are the GM, so what are you doing?
What's market for Ridley at this point? That's the issue. I think I'd end up giving Calvin Ridley like a 3-year. I'd attempt to go around $52, $53 million contract. If he doesn't accept it, I mean, he walks.
It's a lot for a 28-year-old receiver.
I agree. But you're kind of, again, in a
I don't
bad
disagree. Yeah, you
situation
kind of have to. I mean,
you have no choice. I think that's a fair deal, and I'm not going to guarantee a whole lot of that. And I think Ridley might take a little less in Jacksonville because they were the team that took the chance on him after everything.
Yeah.
I would go around 3 for 54, 18 a season, probably guarantee a little more than half of it, 30 to 35 in that range, if not a little bit less. And you give Josh Allen a big fucking deal too.
Yeah.
Because you have no choice. He changes your entire outlook for defense, and if he walks, you can forget about even having a respectable defense next year because your pass rush is going to be Trayvon Walker, and that is pretty much it. And Trayvon hasn't turned into the guy that you expected him to just yet. So you're probably going to have
Hutch on that D-line.
What?
Imagine Hutch
Oh
on
my
that D-line.
God.
Man.
Yeah, no, that'd be fucking
That
ridiculous.
Trayvon Walker was really good this season.
He was solid. He's not Hutch.
Didn't they have wasn't that the highest sack duo in the NFL? Trayvon and Josh Allen? I'm pretty
His
sure.
pressure rate wasn't insane.
No, he wasn't. Trayvon
some
Walker
of it-
wasn't an all-pro level player. I'm not saying that.
He's very good against the
He was
run, though.
a damn good. He had a damn good season.
He
Him
was
and
very
Josh
good against
Allen
the
had a
run.
damn good season. The secondary is what sold them.
Yes, not a very good secondary either. Safeties definitely need improvement. But as I'm saying, you still need Josh Allen back, no matter what.
Yeah.
I would say probably in the ballpark of like 4 years, probably 105 to 110 million. Because that's just the going rate for elite edge rushers now. I don't think he resets the market, but 4 or 5 years at like 27 million a season is about what he's probably going to get. So, and you're guaranteeing like 75% of it, 70% of it. So that's literally the extent of their cap space, though, with Ridley and Allen. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's where I'm at. So
and then your problems
You
are
have
still
to hit
pretty
your
much the
picks.
same.
You
yeah.
have to hit your picks.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So what would you end up?
No, I mean, I completely agree. I think the only option for this team, it's not even like what would I do, just the only viable option is you bring everyone back. Like I said, if it's not Ridley, it has to be T. Higgins. You can't leave this free agency period with a worse weapons room than you already had. So it has to be one of those guys. Either you give Ridley whatever it is, or you do everything you can to get T. Higgins.
See, but he's gonna cost so.
You do everything
much more.
if Ridley is gone, you do everything you can to get T.
I agree with you,
You have to.
but now that's 24, 25 a season.
It doesn't. I don't know if it's that much for T.
It's upwards of 20.
Bro, he just had a dog shit year where he couldn't even stay on the field.
But he's 25 and he's already had multiple 1,000-yard campaigns. That's
I don't
the
know,
issue.
bro. I don't know, bro. He might have had the worst contract year in the past 5 years in the NFL.
He really
Everyone
did sell
always
himself.
balls out in the contract year. He had a horrible year.
He also dealt with injury.
He did.
So he'll get a
team.
belt. He'll get a little.
I don't know
bail
about
out there.
$24 million a year for.
Well,
a
let's
guy
think
who-
about it. The best receivers in the league are now getting around 30, right?
He's like a $20 million a year.
20,
And what would Ridley get?
18,
Probably about the same.
probably
Yeah.
18. Less than T.
Yeah, but it's not like you can't get T. Higgins. It's not like you're not. If you could afford Calvin Ridley, you could afford T. Higgins.
Likely, yeah, most likely.
It's the NFL too. If they're a few $1 million off,
But that few
somebody,
million
yeah.
could also, yes, I agree, but that could turn into an offensive lineman too. So Calvin Ridley,
you cannot leave this free agency
Agreed.
period without Calvin Ridley or T. Higgins. Done and final.
fair,
That's
Agreed.
it. That's
Fair.
it. You figure everything else
and you
out.
get Josh Allen. That's first priority.
Right, Josh Allen. Right, I'm shooing it in that. What would I do? I'm shooing it in. We re-sign Josh
Yes,
Allen. I don't even have
agreed.
to mention that. You have to make sure you keep an alpha wide receiver. Can Calvin Ridley be that guy? Hopefully, more time, a full off season, all that mumbo jumbo. If not, you get T. Higgins, and then you fix everything else around the edges in the draft as best as you can. That's the only option.
Yep, agreed.
I think his offensive line is tough to hit on in the first year. I know.
Yeah.
I'm not saying
No, I know,
I think you guys are right. You have to do those two moves and just pray the offensive line gets better because it's not. It hasn't been good at all.
Let's also
in the
factor
past
in.
few
I mean,
seasons.
Cam Robinson will be there for a full season. You would hope.
Yeah.
Anton Harrison, who was their rookie this year, hopefully develops. That's the plan, at least. When
Yeah.
you draft guys, you hope they develop.
Right.
They traded for Ezra Cleveland.
Yes, but he's a free agent. Another issue. And even decent offensive linemen as he is get paid a bit.
Yeah.
So you got to get him back. You already have what's his name? Brandon. He was a big money free agent as well. But regardless, another offensive lineman that you have set in stone. You're probably going to need a center, and you pray that your right tackle and Anton Harrison develops. That's
Brandon
what
Sheriff.
it turns into for you. Brandon Sheriff. There it is. Thank
I
you.
was trying to think of his name.
But yeah, so that's what it turns into. You got to get yourself probably a guard or a center, and just pray that there's development and draft a guy potentially. So that's where we're at.
Yeah, I think all that. You get Josh Allen back. You get Calvin Ridley or T. Higgins, whoever. Maybe you upgrade the offensive line a little bit, and then a safety or something you get through the draft. If you can get all or most of that and get better Trevor Lawrence play, they'll be better next season.
And
for
listen,
sure.
for as bad as the defense was down the stretch, that secondary is young.
Right.
They're
Yes,
still
Tyson
young.
Campbell.
Tyson Campbell's a
There's
baller,
still
yeah.
a lot of room for improvement, just like internal development.
Yeah.
They're
Darius Williams had a good season. He
Yeah.
was actually one of the few bright spots for that team too. So
Yeah, listen, it was a terrible collapse by the Jaguars.
Yeah.
It was borderline horrible. It was terrible. It was
It's
disgusting.
real bad.
But if we look past that, this team isn't in a terrible spot whatsoever. The cap is a little bit tricky, but they have some dudes, they have some guys, they have a good mix of young players, some veterans. Like they're still in a good spot. I know the division's only going to get harder from here on out. That's why it's so disappointing what they did this year, because the division's only going to get tougher from here on out with Stroud and with Anthony Richardson
Yep.
and maybe Will Levis, But I still have faith in this team. I still have some faith in Trevor Lawrence.
I'll say your ideal first round target is probably something like Kool-Aid McKinstry. potentially, if he could fall to you.
That'd
And
be sick.
that's the guy that you want to end up getting for
Yeah.
Jacksonville. And then, obviously, like I said, pray for development on your offensive line. It's that simple. Get a guard in the second round or
Kool-Aid
whatever.
McKinstry.
So-
There's just no way that guy's bad at football. You know.
No,
Like,
he was great for Alabama this
I know,
year,
yeah.
too. So,
But even at the NFL level, there's just no way that guy's a bad NFL
no
player.
shot. It's too legendary of a name.
Yeah, no shot.
Like I knew what he looked like before I looked him up.
Just
Yeah.
a big red guy that runs through walls.
Yes, that's exactly what he looks like. All right, but that's
right.
what I got for the Jags. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, so that's the Jags. That's the Jags
the
all season,
Jags,
pretty
man.
much. All right.
I want the teams that are in the playoffs, right?
Are we doing that first or the draft first? I forgot
That
what we
first.
decided.
That first.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. So it's wild card weekend, man. And listen, it is a juicy football weekend, man. There are some storylines. There's going to be heartbreak all over the place. You know you're going to see an upset or two in the playoffs. So we're just going to get right into it. The first matchup I have here is I'm wearing one of the jerseys. This guy isn't on the team anymore. But Houston versus Cleveland. I believe Cleveland's at home, right?
Well, you get to reference that jersey twice.
Oh, yeah. That's why I wore it.
So that was a smart
That's
move.
why I wore it. Yeah. So Cleveland's at home. We're just going to take a straight prediction here. I'm going to go with the Cleveland
No,
Browns.
Cleveland's not at home.
Cleveland's not at home?
They're in Houston because Houston won the division, had the 4 seed.
Yes, you're right.
Cleveland's the
Thank you.
5
I don't know
seed.
ball.
They're an energy state. They're
Don't
an
care.
energy state.
Still taking Cleveland. I'm kind of just banking
They just
on
give
the
everyone a mic nowadays.
Yeah,
Crazy.
yeah, it is crazy, man. Anyone can start a podcast. There really should be like a podcast police system in place.
No,
you know?
for real.
You
They
can-
shouldn't allow
You
some.
can, you can report people to the podcast police.
And you
We
just tell
should
them like they
start
should-
that, bro. Just send.
an
TM.
Instagram account.
yeah. Send
TM,
Nick
I
on the
trademarked that.
hunt.
You guys can't do it. You guys can't do it. That's how that works.
Just watch a bunch of podcasts. and
It's a verbal contract. Where
Yeah, big dubs in the
where
chat.
our other
for Nick.
producer go?
Well, I might be.
This
He's
is-
using the
It's in
sink.
sink,
potentially.
yeah.
Well, but I don't hear water
We're gonna
running,
finish the
so-
podcast, and you're gonna go in there, and there's gonna be a fat shit in your sink, bro.
Bro, Pete, run the water.
Oh my god.
Fuck.
All right. So anyway,
What the fuck? What were you doing in there?
he was making the juiciest parlay ever.
I just started going on TikTok.
Oh, okay, fair. But okay, so back to this game. Houston, Cleveland. I'm also taking Cleveland. CJ Stroud's a rookie in the playoffs. It's Flacco time. It's really Flacco
It's
time.
Flacco
NFL
time.
script writers are doing their thing right now, is all I'm saying. So
Yep.
we're gonna get Flacco Lamar. Bet on it. We're gonna get Flacco Lamar, and we're gonna get and we're already getting Goff and Stafford. So we're gonna get Ravens versus Flacco, and we're getting the two teams that made a trade in the NFC over there.
Yeah.
So
I like the
think-
stifling defense of the Browns and the been there, done that combination of Joe Flacco and Stefanski. Stefanski, you know,
agreed.
yeah, hasn't gone too far with the Browns, but been in the playoffs, been around the league
He
forever.
won a playoff game.
Won a playoff game with
yeah.
Baker, I
With
believe.
Baker.
Yeah, my guy. I should know that having a Baker jersey on.
Yeah, you know, you really
I was fairly certain. Yeah, like I said, give me that Browns defense and give me Flacco, baby.
Listen, man. It's going to be a tough task for the Houston Texans going up against the number 1 defense in the NFL and the Cleveland Browns with the best defensive player in the NFL, Myles Garrett. Yeah, they've been the best defense in the NFL for pretty much the entirety of the NFL season. Joe Flacco is playing at a high level, but Joe Flacco is
What are we?
like he could do it. Like he's
Successful?
Serviceable,
No.
elite.
Manageable?
Joe Flacco can
Elite.
potentially. He is elite. But Joe Flacco can potentially have a bunch of turnovers.
He has had a
Right.
lot of turnovers.
And if there's one guy I don't want to give multiple chances. No, actually not the one guy, but one of the guys who I want to give extra chances
One
to.
guy.
CJ Stroud. He's done the impossible all year. Why can't he take down the number 1 defense in the NFL? At home, coming off a huge win, emotions high in Indy to clinch the playoff berth. Won the division. You get to host the playoff game. Those Houston fans are going to be loud, man. they're playing the team that they traded their former franchise quarterback to without that franchise quarterback. Those fans are going to be loud. It is going to be electric. I'm riding with the rookie sensation. Give me the Houston Texans in this one.
Yeah, I mean,
All right.
they're super young, and it's great for them to get playoff experience this early on. Like, that team in general
absolutely.
is incredibly young. Rookie head coach, rookie quarterback, all that stuff. So, but because of that, I mean, that's why I picked the Browns. They've been there, they've done that. They got the experience there, too. So, best defense in the NFL.
I think Chris is just mad they beat his Colts, so now he feels like he has to ride with them.
He does have to ride
Very
with
upset
them.
with
That was tragic.
I did
that
call
was
that.
tragic
Did
how that
call
game
that.
ended.
Man, that was a good game.
I
bro.
tell you,
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
you pick the quarterback. You pick the quarterback. It's that simple. Except for the playoffs. Then it's not that simple.
Just put Jonathan Taylor out there on 4th down.
Yeah.
Bro, Shane Steichen was in his bag too,
That's
bro.
nuts.
Called a crazy game.
He
bro.
did. And Minshew fucking blows is all I
It
know.
wasn't even his fault. It's like, hate to be that guy, but it's literally that one dude's fault.
That was also just
Bro.
not a good throw, if
Bro.
we're being honest.
It
wasn't a
It wasn't a
but, like,
great throw. It wasn't a perfect throw, but like,
It wasn't a good
you
throw.
got to make that.
It was
play.
a
can't
ba-
not
it was-
catch
you
that
gotta
ball.
make that
It does,
play.
the throw to, at that point in the game, like if the ball is catchable, then it doesn't matter how
No,
catchable
no, I
or
agree.
how
I'm
good
just
of a
I'm
throw.
just saying,
It doesn't matter.
you put it on him, you lead him upfield.
It doesn't. He
catches
It
that,
was
I think.
catchable.
You
And
play quarterback.
any NFL player
You know
is
these
capable.
things.
I know O linemen.
He's an NFL quarterback throwing it 10 yards.
I understand.
It's a warm-up
I know
throw.
offensive linemen who are capable of making that catch.
No,
Well-
I agree.
Right.
Offensive linemen
it's
got
on that
hands.
one. It's not Minshew's fault they lost.
It's not,
He
but
did what he had to do for the most
it's
part.
not. It's CJ Stroud's fault that they lost.
Sure.
That's the man. That's the man that's responsible. All right, what's up
Yeah.
next?
Next game up is man. Yeah, Chris.
Nick, shut up, bro. Stupid ass.
Yeah, they don't know ball.
Honestly, bro, you have a producer mic for a reason. If
Nick's
you,
our biggest hater.
you have a pick, go ahead, pick. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
what do you
tell,
got?
Tell
Yeah.
the
Tell
people
them
who you got, bro. As if it's not
yeah,
obvious.
you,
enough
yeah,
in
you
the
guys make the
chat.
pick. You guys make a
You
pick.
too, Pete. Who are you
Cleveland-
going
Who
Cleveland
are
with?
you
or
going
Houston?
with? Cleveland or Houston?
What I've known for my entire 17 years of life, you don't bet on the Browns, bro. You don't bet on the Browns.
Unless they have Joe Flacco.
It's not a bad take.
You don't bet on the Browns. and with that, I'm out. Oh,
Pete, who are you
Pete, who you
picking?
got?
Browns or Texans? Texans at home.
You ever hear the saying, I got to take the Browns to the Super Bowl?
No.
Never heard that saying.
When you got to take a dump?
Is that why you're picking the Browns?
I'm going to go with the Browns, taking them to the Super Bowl.
Taking the Browns to the Super Bowl.
That's amazing. And this is why we give
That was awesome. Give
That's
give
awesome,
Pete
Pete.
mute privileges.
Yeah, facts. No,
Starting it.
you now have
Changed my
privileges. You now have
Give mute
privileges.
privileges. All right.
Go ahead. What's next?
The next game up is Chris's precious Dolphins travel
Bro.
to the bitter cold Arrowhead to take on the Kansas City Chiefs.
All right.
Tyreek's first game back in Arrowhead.
I also called that game.
All right, give me the floor because this guy's getting out of hand. With
Take
the,
it,
I
brother.
called this. I called that.
Hey,
Which
all
I
yours.
did.
I
You
did.
fucking prophet,
All
bro.
yours,
2
brother.
for 2.
All right, bro. Why don't you fucking quit the podcast and be a fucking sidekick then?
I should.
I mean, come on.
I
You called
really
this,
should.
called that.
I really should.
Listen, man. Listen, man. I said it last week. I was scared of the Bills. Told you I was scared of the Bills. I thought we had a chance to win, but I wasn't really expecting a win, let's be honest. We might be the most injured team in the NFL right now. And I know everyone's dealing with injury, so I'm not making an excuse. I'm just stating a fact that we might be the most injured team entering the playoffs. And you know, going into a game where your two star edge rushers are already out, and then you have this guy who emerged out of nowhere and had a great season as another edge rusher, also gets hurt for the game, it's going to be tough to generate pressure on a guy like Josh Allen. Christian Wilkins did his best. That strip sack was fucking crazy.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Crazy play. Listen, man, Hardy returned that punt, and that was all she wrote. We played a beautiful first half of football, forced 2 turnovers, running the ball effectively. We ran the ball 3 times in the second half. The Miami Dolphins aren't going to win football games like that where they run the ball 3 times in a half.
H-Man is so fucking good, bro.
So talented. Hopefully Raheem's back for Saturday's game. We need him. We need Waddle too, man. We need all the reinforcements we could get. Whoever's healthy, they need to play. But got to give the Bills credit, man. Josh Allen, you know, on him for the turnovers, but this is why Josh Allen is who he is, because despite the turnovers, he could do what he did in this one. He was incredible. But somehow, some way, the Miami Dolphins were able to stop him on fourth and 1.
That was crazy.
Stop the tush push. I was going wild at the Harbaugh staff party. It was lit. Put the ball into his hands, down 7 with a chance to win. And once again, Tua Tagovailoa comes up short, throws an interception. And I'm gonna be honest, man. Obviously, we're mid-season. We're about to enter the playoffs. I still have faith in my guy, but I'm losing faith in him, man. Because every time we're in these situations, he shrinks. That's just what it is. I can't defend it because that's just what it is. He shrinks in these situations. So I have a question for you guys. This is would you rather Tua Tagovailoa edition with the game on the line?
Ooh, okay.
So this isn't about potential.
Caveats.
This
Yeah,
isn't
yeah.
about who's the better player. This is, I wrote it down. You're down 5. You need a touchdown with 1:15, and you're on the opposite 25. So you have 75 yards to go. Are you taking Tua Tagovailoa or the quarterback I say? So I have a whole list here, and this is going to get crazy, I think. Because honestly, when I was making this list, based on what we've seen from Tua in these moments in his career, hate to say it because he's the quarterback of my team, I'm probably taking every single one of these guys over.
I was going to say I'm
All right.
prepared to do the same.
So let's start it off. Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes.
Okay. Josh Allen.
Yep.
Yep, Josh Allen.
Lamar Jackson.
Yep.
Yep.
Dak Prescott.
Yep.
Jalen Hurts.
Yep.
Yep.
Joe Burrow.
Yep.
Yep.
Justin Herbert.
Yep.
Yep.
CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins.
Absolutely.
Brock Purdy.
Man.
Probably yes. But
Hey, man, in the biggest games of his career so far,
Yeah.
he smoked the
Yeah.
competition.
I'm going to say
He was nowhere near this situation.
one of them, we had a little.
The Ravens was
Hold
rough.
on, we
That
have
was
an
really
intermission.
bad.
We have an intermission with the producer, Mike.
Go ahead.
What?
Oh, Sleazy wants to know how many timeouts left.
None.
No timeouts, oh, Sleazy.
I will just say, Sleazy specifically asked him to do that.
He did.
Like, Nick didn't just do that on his own
It's in the
intuition.
chat.
All
Yeah.
right, I mean, we're in the middle. All right. All right, but Brock Purdy. I'm going to ride with Tua still. I'm going to ride with Tua still. I really haven't seen Brock Purdy do
That's
do
what
this either.
my issue is.
Right.
That's what my issue is. But that pick from Tua, double coverage to Chase Claypool of all people, like that was just.
I mean, it
that
doesn't help
decision
when
really
Jalen Waddle is already out and
Agreed.
Tyreek Hill
No,
isn't on the
dropped
field.
everything too. By
Well,
the
not
way.
not that, but he wasn't on the field because he got fucking leveled from Tua's
Yes.
hospital ball.
Oh my god.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
Give me Brock Purdy.
I'm gonna take Brock.
wow, I can't even be mad at it. Matthew Stafford,
Not even close. Matthew
Stafford, yeah.
Stafford.
Jordan Love.
I haven't had the opportunity to see Jordan do it
Yeah,
much,
I got-
but I'm gonna take talent over anything else, and Jordan Love is a far more talented quarterback.
Woof. That's a rough one, man.
Woof.
I'm gonna still take Tua here, literally for no other reason other than I'm a fan. You guys could call me a fanboy in the comments.
You know what? I'm not a big fan of Tua. Give me Jordan Love.
Okay. Baker Mayfield.
I'm wearing his jersey. I'm taking Baker.
Baker's had his moments of doing this. I've seen it before, and he's got that dog in him. So I'm gonna take Baker.
Yeah, I've seen Baker be a dog. I think I'm gonna take Baker here too. Jared Goff.
The goofball. We just saw him do it at Dallas with the game on the line. That shit was crazy with no timeouts nonetheless. So
If he's at home, it's a no-brainer. but
yes,
I'm still going to
agreed.
take him.
If he's in a dome, it's
Yeah,
a no-brainer.
if he's in a dome, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, I feel like you got to take Jared Goff here just because we've seen him do it. Geno Smith. I'm gonna take
Tua.
Tua here.
Yeah, I'll take Tua
Tua.
here.
And the last name I have, Kyler Murray.
Kyler.
Kyler.
So I guess I'll pose this question off the back of that. If you could pick one quarterback in the entire NFL to lead a game-winning drive, who are you taking? Are you taking? Is it
What type
Mahomes?
of question is
It's got to
that?
be Mahomes.
Because I'm not taking Mahomes. I personally, this is crazy. I would take Matthew Stafford. Crazy enough.
Fuck out of
What?
here, bro.
I'm so dead ass.
Shut
There
up,
is
bro.
no man in the NFL I want with a game on the line more than Matthew Stafford. And I'll talk about the Rams in a bit because I
Stop, bro. Stop. Stop.
He's a dog.
Matthew
Done it.
Stafford, we can acknowledge the fact that Matthew Stafford is a dog without having a conversation that we don't need to have. The game is on the line, and you need a touchdown. The only answer, out of everyone in the league, the only answer is Patrick Mahomes.
I disagree with that. I just do. I just disagree with that. Mahomes is amazing, but I just disagree
We've
with that.
seen him do it time and time again.
Same thing goes for Matthew Stafford. Same thing goes for even Josh Allen.
Right.
Same thing goes for Josh
Allen. So we've seen all these guys do it time and time again. So who are you going to take? The guy who's more talented. So it's Patrick Mahomes. Without question, it's not a conversation.
I mean, I don't know, man.
It's really not.
It's not a conversation at all.
I don't know, man.
We could like Matthew Stafford and we could like Josh Allen without saying outlandish shit.
This is where we need the
I love
podcast
Matthew
police,
Stafford,
to be honest.
and I think the Rams are going to sweep when we get
Sleazy,
up
lock
to
this
that
man
game.
up, bro.
When we get to the
Well,
Lions Rams, we're going to have the Rams.
That's obvious.
It's not obvious because the Lions are the higher seed, but we as a podcast have been very high on the Rams.
Yes.
So we're going to have them sweep. We could like Matthew Stafford without saying outlandish shit.
I don't know, man. I think there's very few
Outlandish shit. We watched Patrick Mahomes do this shit in the playoffs multiple times. Fucking come back from 24.
I mean, we've seen Stafford do it when he had the opportunity to do it.
3 straight comebacks.
We've seen
3 straight
Stafford do it
comebacks
when
on a
he
fucking
had-
Super Bowl run.
We literally
Get the
watched
fuck outta
Matthew
here.
Stafford do it.
We've watched Matthew Stafford have a great career and do this multiple times.
Unfortunately, he hasn't had the supporting cast either. The only
that doesn't-
opportunity that Stafford has ever had the supporting cast, we watched that man do it. And every time he's been gifted the opportunity to go down the field and win a game with the fucking Detroit Lions, might I add, then goes to the Rams, wins the Super Bowl in his first season.
I'm going to double check that because there's no way that, because I don't think any quarterback who's been in the league 10 plus years, every time they've had a chance.
on,
right,
Chris.
you're saying you can't, when we're talking about fucking Patrick Mahomes, you can't say outlandish shit like that.
I disagree.
You can't
I
say,
just disagree.
I'm taking Matthew Stafford because every time he's in that situation, that's false. That's false.
He probably does it at the high. I feel like there's a stat for that. Highest percentage.
We can acknowledge the fact
drives.
that both the guys are great in that situation. So in that situation, you have to go off talent. Like when you're talking about Stafford and Tua, you say you take Stafford because we've seen him do it, and Tua we haven't. When you're talking about Stafford and Mahomes, they've both had amazing, improbable comebacks their whole career and led game-winning drives. So what do you have to go off of? You have to go off talent. That's a crazy fucking thing to say.
So what you keep saying? We've seen Mahomes, we've seen Stafford do it. We've seen Stafford do it, and then Chris says we've seen Mahomes do it. We've seen Mahomes do it. What makes Stafford
7th
better at
most
doing
of all
it
time.
than Mahomes? Is it just because he's done it more literal times?
I want to actually see this because 7th most game-winning drives of all time.
Right, but like he's also on the shitty Lions that don't blow anyone out.
We're doing a podcast.
7th most game-winning
Thank you.
drives of all time.
And again,
Right?
Okay.
And everyone ahead of him is longer tenured, like significantly longer tenured, except for Matt Ryan. But aside from that, I want a percentage. Like I want to see if I can find that. Like who has led the most successful game-winning drives? And yeah, Mahomes has done it in the biggest moments too. But Stafford, we just watched the playoff run not too long ago. Stafford doing that.
Stafford is on the was on the shitty Lions his whole career. He's obviously
he
been
had to do it.
I'm saying, but he's obviously been trailing a lot more, where Mahomes blows people out. So it's not.
I mean,
I'm
but
just saying you can't
Stafford
just
literally
look at
went to a great team
Right.
and then
I
did
understand,
the same
but
thing
like
in the
you
playoffs.
Right,
can't
and we
just-
watched Patrick Mahomes in a playoff run do it 3 straight times, come back from behind.
Yeah, man. I don't know how you're
With all the talent you're talking about, we still watch Patrick Mahomes do it for 3 straight games in the playoff lead comebacks. Obviously, they weren't game-winning 1-minute drives, but if the the odds are stacked against him, Patrick Mahomes has shown up time and time again, just like Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford. It's Patrick Mahomes, bro. It doesn't even matter what Pat Mahomes did this season. Patrick Mahomes is still in a fucking tier of his own as a quarterback.
Okay. So I actually found this. This was 2 years ago. Matthew Stafford has led a game-winning drive in 51.4% of his opportunities. 51.4. That's the highest all time of any rate in the entire NFL. By like a significant margin, nonetheless.
What's the list?
So Stafford's at 51.4. Up next is Derek Carr at 51, back with the Raiders.
So
I mean
I don't know about that,
again,
bro.
but these are like
So are you taking Derek Carr over him?
Exactly,
no. But
Why?
Because Stafford's just far more talented than Derek Carr. And then, but don't act, okay, let's not say that Mahomes is far more talented than Matthew Stafford. Because in terms of arm talent, we could argue Matthew Stafford is the best arm in the NFL. That's a fact. The legs are different, but that's a fact. Like, Matthew Stafford makes Mahomes throws routinely, but we just didn't call it Matthew Stafford throws because he wasn't doing it for a winning team. Then he does it this season with the Rams, fucking dominates. And, like, I'm just saying,
we were having conversations about, before we even had a podcast, about how Patrick Mahomes is the most talented quarterback we've seen in our lifetime. We are having
but that also lends to legs too. He's
right,
incredibly athletic.
Right, and when there's 1 minute left in the game, do your legs just get chopped off and they don't matter? Right. So my point is, we can't, no, they are not comparable talent-wise. We were having conversations about Patrick Mahomes being the most talented quarterback ever in NFL history, comparing him to Tom fucking Brady, bro. There's levels to this shit. Oh,
Sleaze is going nuts.
Matthew, because this is fucking outlandish.
You want to hear another crazy stat? As this was posted a year ago by someone on Reddit. Historically, quarterbacks that have fallen behind by double-digit points have recorded a win percentage of 15%.
Mahomes has the best of all time. Yeah.
69%.
Yeah.
69%.
Comeback king. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Comeback king. Yeah.
Odds stacked against you, game on the line. There's one guy. There's one obvious choice. Listen, man, if we want to have
W clickbait, Sully.
if we want to have a conversation for Stafford being the second guy up, sure, let's have that conversation. I'll gladly have that conversation.
Okay.
I'd probably take Josh Allen, but we could have that conversation. But Mahomes, in any quarterback conversation, is still in a tier of his own. That's just how it is.
Okay.
That's just how it is.
Okay.
All right. But speaking of Mahomes and
Jesus Christ, did we even predict the fucking game yet?
No, that's the perfect segue. All that Mahomes talk. Miami Dolphins host the Kansas City Chiefs host the Miami Dolphins. Who do we got? I'll let you guys go first.
So I actually did think about picking Miami in this one. I'm not gonna lie. It just sucks that everyone's hurt. I don't know. I don't think Waddle's going to play a high ankle sprain 2 weeks after he's on the field. That'd be crazy. Van Ginkel, is he officially...
He's out.
Out?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm picking the Chiefs.
Yeah, you said in the chat before that Melvin Ingram and Bruce Irvin
and Justin Houston are
former
Chief.
Apply pressure on the quarterback.
Revenge game.
On Patrick Mahomes. So I think that says all you need to know about Miami. They are just riddled with injuries. It's really unfortunate. And apparently it's supposed to be really bad weather in Arrowhead, so I don't know how Tua is going to do in those circumstances. All that being said, I'm taking the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, man. So all logic and everything like that says to pick the Chiefs. I'm a Miami Dolphins fan. Therefore, I will take the Miami Dolphins.
Wow.
I don't feel good about it.
The heart wants what the heart wants, man.
Yeah, don't feel good about it. So that's my analysis for that.
All right. This next game, it's Buffalo versus Pittsburgh, and I just wrote here that if the Bills lose this game, they should fire everyone and trade everyone. I mean, you can't lose to the Steelers.
I'm not even going to get in depth in this one.
You can't lose to the Steelers, man. It is.
Oh man, I wish they would, bro.
It's a Bills.
I wish they would.
It's a Bills disaster class waiting to happen, though.
It is.
If they got like the Chiefs or the Dolphins, I'd feel way better about picking them.
That's the crazy part about this. Yes.
Maybe not the Chiefs, but if they got the Dolphins, I'd pick them with.
I completely agree with you.
The only reason is because it's like
I'm
the
scared
shitty Steelers.
We saw it last season with Skylar fucking Thompson, bro. They almost lost in the playoffs. Man. To Skylar Thompson. This is crazy, by the way. This has been a fucking...
This lineup they have out here is nuts right now.
Malachi Flynn, Ryan Arcidiacono, Miles McBride, Precious, and Jericho Sims.
That's crazy five-man lineup.
Oh, Jesus. Anyways, yeah, it's Buffalo, and it's not even close. It should be at least. That's, ideal.
Chris, it's Buffalo?
Yeah.
Okay. Next game... Kind of feel the same way. Dallas, Green Bay. If Dallas loses this game, you
could fire Mike McCarthy. You could forget
everybody.
about that. Dak Prescott ain't getting another contract at any point. Yeah, it's Dallas. But
Shout out
I'm
the
gonna be
Packers.
dead honest. I could see a Jordan Love masterclass somehow happening. I'm gonna just say that. But yeah, now I'm taking Dallas.
So yeah, I do agree with you. I could see a Jordan Love masterclass happening
And it's still not
potentially
big enough.
because Stephon Gilmore is a little bit banged up. But oh my God, that was wet.
That was wet.
But the way the Cowboys have lost games this year,
Mm-hmm.
for the most part, they've been bullied, and they've
Yep.
been bullied on the
Yeah.
ground. The Packers aren't moving anyone on the ground game. The Packers
No.
can't run the ball for shit. So
Aaron Jones, the last few weeks though, has gone crazy.
it's not moving me.
But
Sadly, it's not moving me.
I would agree with you.
Yeah, so if Jordan Love does happen to have a master class, the Cowboys, the Packers aren't going to be able to stop the Cowboys. So
This game
Yeah,
could
that
get ugly.
defense is Swiss cheese, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, this game could get ugly.
yeah,
It could.
Yeah.
I'm alright with the
I
Cowboys.
like the Packers though.
Oh yeah, I like the Packers too, bro. That Jair interview, him crashing that lady's interview, was so fucking
That
funny.
was hilarious. And she
And then
goes, "All those fans.
She's like that fan.
That fan really
Fucking
loves his
star on your defense, and you call him a fan. That's crazy.
To be fair, she didn't really get to look at
Yeah,
him.
she probably didn't get a good look at him.
So-
Yeah. This next one is one that I'm obviously very excited for. Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Philadelphia, almost at 76ers. The Philadelphia Eagles. I'm going to start here.
I know who you're taking.
You know who I'm taking. Let Baker cook. The Eagles have been trashed down the stretch of the season. And what's been I think the biggest downfall of the Eagles all season has been their secondary. And what's one thing we know about Baker Mayfield? He is going to let that thing rip. He's going to sling that thing. I just think
Slanging
he's going to slang that thing.
He's gonna slang his meat around.
Pete's looking at me crazy. He's gonna slang his thing, all right. And I think this game has upset written all over it. I'm taking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
You know, it does have upset written all over it, but given especially the fact that AJ Brown might not even play in this one, Devontae Smith is banged up, Jalen Hurts is banged up. It's falling apart in Philly right now.
Yeah, you see, Eagles fans were mad at the Giants because we think we just intentionally killed their players.
Yeah, bro, ridiculous. I will say this one thing: if they do lose this game, wouldn't be surprised if Nick Sirianni
gone.
is fired.
Eagles fans are calling for his head.
And I wouldn't be surprised if that's the team that ends up going balls to the wall for Jim Harbaugh. But with all that being said, I think I'm taking the Eagles. And I think I'm pretty handily taking the Eagles in this one.
It's fair.
What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, man, the world's picking the Buccaneers right now, and by the world I mean Tom.
Yep.
But no, the world's feeling the Buccaneers right now. It's a feel-good story. Baker Mayfield on his 4th team now in his NFL career, which is crazy. Had an awesome year. Did the complete unexpected with this team. Won the division. Has them in the playoffs. But Eagles, man, back stacked against the wall. I don't know, man. I just trust these guys in this situation, bro. I don't know why, because none of the stats and metrics tell me to trust these guys right now. But
Agreed.
it's just something about them that I can't see them being a first-round exit. I can't see them not making it out of wild card weekend. So great story for the Buccaneers. I wouldn't be mad if they win. Like low key,
I'd probably be happy.
Well,
if
yeah,
they won. I
low-key,
mean,
I'm
I
kind-
would be happy.
yeah, low key, I'm rooting for them. But my pick for who's going to win this game, it's hard for me to pick against the Eagles in this
Agreed.
situation.
Yeah.
You
I'm
just
with you.
wait.
I'm with you on that.
I'll wait.
There is something about the Eagles, though, like that I just can't put them away yet. Like, I wouldn't even be surprised if somehow, some way, this all got figured out and
No,
they make
yeah.
a run to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. My reasoning for picking the Buccaneers isn't just, it's Baker and I want to ride with Baker. That's part of it, definitely. I like Baker a lot. But like I said, this Eagles secondary has been trash.
a flawed team.
I could just see Baker lighting them up and just dotting up Mike Evans the whole game and just cooking them.
Does
So-
Baker get re-signed?
Yeah, bro. They were
Has
supposed to
to,
be
right?
they were supposed to be one of the worst teams in football.
Has to, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. And the last game we have here, this is the one that everyone's picking. The world is riding the upset. Matthew Stafford returns to Detroit to take on the Detroit Lions, his former team, and Jared Goff's taking on his former team. This is the upset. Like, this has to be the upset.
I could so see it now. Patrick Mahomes is going to have the opportunity to lead down the field to win the game, and he doesn't make it happen, throws a pick.
My God.
Matthew Stafford's going to have the same damn opportunity, and he's going to lead that shit right down the field and win the fucking game against the Detroit
And you're
Lions.
going to talk your shit.
Yeah, nah, no, I won't. Because it doesn't matter. One game is one game.
What do you mean, bro? What the fuck do you mean, bro? No. If that happens, you better get up here and talk.
really?
What the fuck do you
Yeah.
mean, bro?
Nah, because one game
Because
is
if
one
it's
game.
the other
Like,
way around, I'm gonna get up here and I'm gonna talk my shit.
all right, then
fuck?
I'll
We
come
just had
in
a
and talk
10
my shit.
We just had a 10-minute heated debate about this. If both of those guys
No,
are put in
because-
that situation
nah.
and one guy comes through and one guy doesn't, if it's my guy who I said would come through, I'm gonna talk my shit.
No, I know,
don't
but I'm
give a
also
fuck that
not.
it's one
I'm not
game.
gonna
Who
just.
cares?
I'm not just gonna say that because it's like I'm still gonna look at the body of work, and Mahomes has still been
Fuck the
great.
body
like, it's
of
not
work.
Like,
We'll say-
I'll come up and like talk
No,
my
bro.
shit, but it's like I'm not taking away the fact
You're not
that Mahomes
doing
still
this
has
right
done it.
No, you suck.
Regardless,
L clickbait.
regardless,
It's like the clip of the Michigan Wolverines, the Fab Five, talking about Christian Laettner, a bitch. Pathetic. Like, what do they say? Juwan Howard and all of them and Jalen Rose, a bitch. Pretty girl, pretty boy. You guys know the clip?
No, I
Does
don't.
anyone know the clip?
I don't know the clip you're talking
Someone,
about.
oh, Sleazy, I know you know the clip. Trunks,
Pete's
I know you
putting
know
in a
the
parlay.
clip.
So, anyways, Matthew Stafford is winning this game. The Rams are winning this game. They're one of the hottest teams in all of football, and they are the team that I would least want to face at the current moment.
Trunks put it great. Either the Lions finally win a playoff game or Matthew Stafford finally wins a playoff game in Detroit.
Yeah,
It's pretty storybook either way.
No one
it's
loses.
Storybook shit. Yeah, I'm taking the Rams.
I'm going to also take the Rams. This feels just like the Vikings and Giants last year. Everyone was picking the Giants to win that
Yeah.
game. Like the spread might not have added up to it, but everyone wanted the Giants to win that game. This is the same way. Everyone wants the Rams to win this game. And look out for the Rams, man. This core has been there, done that. I mean, you know, never say never.
If they win, I may have some bold takes for next round. I'm just throwing that out there.
Who would they play?
Yeah.
Potentially the Niners.
We've been saying it for weeks. Like, this offense, when everyone's healthy, is arguably the best offense in the NFL, and there's stats to back that up. Matthew Stafford's been playing at an elite level all year. Kyron Williams, out of nowhere, having a great season on the ground. Also, credit to Sean McVay and Puka Nacua having the greatest rookie wide receiver year ever in the history of the NFL. So, a lot's going. The defense is getting right at the right time too.
Yes.
Like I've said multiple times throughout the course of the season, any defense with Aaron Donald will at least be decent and can at least generate some type of pressure. So
What's the most impressive thing is he now has an interior running mate in Kobe Turner, who's been one of
Yeah.
the best defensive tackles in the league in his rookie season. So this defense is young
they have
and
those
very talented.
linebackers, Ernest
Oh my
Jones
God.
and Byron Young.
Fly around the field.
The secondary, you know, it's not the best, but they're coming together.
It's
coming
funny.
together, yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember who said it. I think it might have been one of the pick aside guys. But they were talking about the Rams, and they were like, "I bet you can't name another player on this defense other than Aaron Donald." And I was like, "You're totally right. I can't."
No, because
And look at them. They're not great, but
Yeah.
they're way better than
they're
anyone
more
thought
than
they'd
the
be.
sum
Yeah.
of their parts.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's the best way to put it. They're more
Great
than the sum of
coaching.
their parts. But they're
Great coaching indeed.
they've been a top 10 and top 7-ish defense over the second half of the season. So
sure.
this is a scary team right now.
For sure. All right. So that's wild card weekend. It's going to be a fun football weekend, man.
I can't wait.
It's going to be so fun.
Shout out to Peacock for taking away the fact that one of the games
Yo,
is
W
on
W
TV.
Roger Goodell for making all those Swifties pay for fucking Peacock. I've been seeing that all over.
Facts. NFL does things. Does things right, you know?
That's wild card weekend. Now
So hype.
this is one of the best parts of the football season. You know, there's a lot of good parts of the football season. Man, I had one last parlay. Matty J was there. Nick was there on the Dolphins game. It was my final parlay of the NFL season until the Super Bowl. One last chance to win everything I lost back. And didn't go well. I needed a James Cook touchdown and a Miami Dolphins win, neither of which happened, sadly. But we have our annual fantasy football playoff draft. sad that it's only 3 of us competing this year. Shout out to Dean Trunks and Ortiz for being in the inaugural edition of this, but probably makes our lives a little bit easier. We could get better teams. Since
Yes.
it's only 3 of us,
Yep.
but how this works is we're going to draft a standard fantasy team. What did we say? Quarterback, 2 running back, 2 receiver, tight end flex?
Sure.
Yeah.
Not double
Unless we
flex,
want to
right?
include the producers, but that's just a thought. No, Nick's like, no, absolutely not.
No.
It's a fantasy draft.
We're gonna draft right now.
Playoff players. Never mind.
Nah.
You're definitely no.
But
P, you need to be stopped.
But how this works is it's cumulative for the entirety of the playoffs. So
Yeah.
we're going to do a weekly check-in on the leaderboard pretty much of, the standings and who's in first place, second place, third place, all that fun stuff. But it's cumulative for the entire playoffs. So we're going to be keeping the scores ourselves, PPR scoring. So the idea here is you want to draft guys who are going to go to the big dance. You want to have guys putting up points for you in the Super Bowl. Ortiz last year, what did he draft? 3 Chargers?
3 Chargers.
3 Chargers.
Ouch.
They, had a historic upset in the first round last year, and his fantasy playoff hopes and dreams were done. And Ortiz ended up losing the fantasy football playoff draft last year because of that one decision. So that's pretty much it, though. That's all the rules.
And you said you wanted to do an escalator where it's like every round is worth more points.
Oh, I was talking about our picks for the playoffs, like our game pick.
Oh, yeah. He did say that.
Yeah, I wanted to
shit.
keep track of that
Okay.
too and do like a graphic.
Got
Just-
it. Got
yeah.
it. Okay.
I mean, we could.
Nah,
I don't want to do that for
that's
this.
why.
like
That's
the
why I
sys-
questioned
Yeah, I
it.
like the system we had last year.
That's
Just-
why I
yeah,
questioned it.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
But-
Cool.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. How do we want to determine the draft order?
Pete, think of a number.
I actually do want to do it because me.
You want to be in it?
So yesterday, me and Tom, we actually did one of these on Underdog. So
Oh,
Mid-set
okay.
at the gym, he's like, yo, should I enter this draft?
Yeah,
And I'm like,
yeah,
yeah, you
we're-
could.
yeah.
And then he enters it. He's like, all right, who am I picking?
no, I accidentally clicked enter, and I was $25 deep. So I was like, "Yo, Tom, like we need this to work."
Okay. So quarterback, 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, tight end flex.
Okay.
Only playoff players. Your ideal lineup is guys that are going to be playing
no, we did this
multiple.
Yeah, we went over it,
I'm
yeah.
just making sure.
Your first pick, I'm assuming, is Brock Purdy.
Oh,
Right?
oh, slow down.
Yeah,
nobody has a draft order yet.
Wait, are we doing the draft now?
Yeah, my question was, how are we determining the draft order?
Maybe Nick
Yeah,
thinks
we
of a
can-
number.
I was
and
about
we
to
all,
say. Whoever gets the number, we kind of we don't like bounce all around. Like whoever guesses Nick's number, it's like we go down.
Oh, I was going to say he thinks of a
Clockwise
number and
or
whoever gets
counterclockwise?
closest.
Okay.
No?
Think of a number
probably
1
better,
through
right?
25. Whoever's closer, I
Sure.
guess.
Are you sure?
Fuck it. This is how we'll do it. All right.
You go.
19.
7.
9.
14.
Okay. 19, 7, 9, and 14.
There's 13.
All right.
Who gets the first pick?
So we'll just go this way.
Yeah.
All right. And then we'll go back.
Who starts? I start.
Tom starts.
Okay.
We're going Tom, Matt, me, you, me, Matt, Tom.
Yes.
All right, Tom, kick it off, bro.
With the first pick in the playoff fantasy football draft, is that how I should say it? Playoff fantasy football draft?
Yeah.
Okay. With the first pick in the playoff fantasy football draft, give me CD Lamb.
Fuck. Good pick, Tom.
Back.
Good pick, Tom.
Thanks, buddy.
Um.
Oh, let me write that down because I am going to
oof,
forget.
okay. With the second pick in the fantasy playoff draft, I'm gonna take Josh Allen.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brunson had 12 points tonight. They won by
Just give me one.
Yeah, it's crazy. OG had like 24.
I think, yeah.
We're nice, bro.
With my next pick, it may hurt that they don't have a wild card game, so it's one less game compared to everyone else. But I'm gonna go with Lamar Jackson here.
Took my pick.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Now you get back to back, Pete.
So this is more of a long run. I'm going Christian McCaffrey. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. W.
Yeah. I mean, we know he's pretty unstoppable.
Yeah.
When he is on the field. So why not sacrifice the game? Me and Tom were talking about it yesterday.
Yeah.
Then if I'm going to go back to back on that, I don't want to say Brock Purdy. I'm going to go Debo Samuel. Yeah.
2 Niners.
2 Niners.
Interesting.
I think the Niners are going to the Super Bowl. I think they're both going to perform very, very well. So that's the risk I'll take.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you miss out on a potential extra game.
Yeah. So I got one running back, one wide receiver, missing out on one game, but I think they're gonna take it to the stretch. So
Okay.
Going full PPR for this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Full PPR. McCaff's an animal.
To you, Obi.
Man, this is a tough pick right here. Shit.
Yeah, this is very difficult.
Fuck,
I know you're
bro.
thinking of Tyreek Hill.
He's on my radar right now.
Man, that's so tough.
It's really about who do I trust more to win this week. Fuck it, I'm going to do something crazy. Give me Puka Nacua, man.
Bro, that's who I was going to pick.
Wow.
We're on the Rams. I think it's a lock they win this
Damn.
week. Fuck it.
That's
Fuck it.
exactly
Let's
what I was
ride.
gonna
Let's
pick.
ride.
All right. I don't know if he plays this week, which is tough. But I still have a feeling they at least get one game, if not two. I'm gonna take AJ Brown. I'm gonna take AJ Brown.
Okay, so I have back-to-backs here. Excuse me.
Go ahead, buddy.
Man, this is tough. There's
It is.
so I'm. Do I want to risk
Ah, shit.
not playing a game? I can't. I was thinking Jalen Hurts, but I just picked the fucking Bucks to beat them, so I can't do that.
You did. I mean, you.
Nah,
look, you
I'm
may have
standing
picked
on
the
business.
Bucks, but
Standing on business.
Yeah. Stand on business.
Man, oh man,
Run
oh
up
man.
two Cowboys, bro.
What up?
Run up two Cowboys.
Nah,
bro.
I'm
Get
not
the
doing
stack.
that. I'm not doing that.
Get the.
I'm gonna take James Cook,
Okay.
and then
You love that cook.
with my back-to-back here.
Damn, we could call you PP, Producer Pete.
Damn.
That's kind of tough.
Or podcast Pete. You know,
Big PP is what
Big
we're gonna call you.
PP.
Big
Yeah,
Big
big
PP.
gangsta.
Thanks for wasting time for me, guys. I really appreciate it.
Yeah,
So-
we got you. So now make your fucking pick.
All right. Give me Kyron Williams.
Today, Junior.
What'd you
Man, bro.
Kyron Williams.
God damn it.
Damn. See, I know how you're gonna draft because we did it yesterday together.
You don't know shit.
Yeah. No, I have a fair idea.
You don't know
Okay.
shit.
Yeah.
You don't know ball.
All right. My next pick. Damn, bro. I'd like to think the Chiefs are gonna win a game.
Gronkowski.
This
Yep.
is a crazy pick. Chris said he's gonna do something wild, so I'm gonna do something even more wild.
Brock Purdy.
I'm taking Isaiah Pacheco.
Wow.
Wow. I think you fucked up.
I think you did too.
Can we have a conversation on the side real quick? Who do we actually think the Super Bowl matchup's gonna be? Because when we're making these picks, it's a long
We
run
honestly
thing.
should give a.
Let's
Super Bowl
say-
prediction.
let's
No,
say
and
that-
I shouldn't be saying that because I'm trying to
Yeah,
draft the best team possible.
let's say that after the
Yeah,
draft,
yeah,
so we
yeah.
don't give
We'll
away our
actually
draft
make our
schedule.
full
We'll
Super
do
Bowl
our full
prediction
Super
after
Bowl
that.
prediction.
Yeah, kind of.
Give me the
I'll
Tampa-
alter
no,
your
I'm
guys'
playing.
thinking now.
I'm not gonna go, round by round.
All right.
with all that.
Well, Matt just took Isaiah Pacheco.
You're gonna take the teammate.
You fumbled like immensely.
I think they have to rely a lot on the running game.
One of the worst picks, honestly, in playoff fantasy football history.
Agree. Pacheco's going stupid. Watch.
Pacheco is on a team that we're skeptical about. You're skeptical about winning a playoff game. You think they're going to beat the Dolphins, but, it might be rough for them. There's a team that has an easy path in front of them. We both picked them to go to the Super Bowl in the preseason. He may not have had the best year, but I expect this guy to play multiple playoff games. Give me Tony Pollard.
I just don't trust
Okay.
Dallas. Unfortunately.
All right, I guess got a couple of ideas here. I had a lot of time to think, but it's a hard decision because we got to see if the Lions go in the first game, against the Rams.
Indeed.
That's the tough part.
But the thing is, I fully do believe that the Lions are going to beat the Rams.
So do it.
I'll genuinely
you
put my money where my
fully
mouth is. I'll probably take them
So
when,
do
when
it.
I bet. You know what
You
I
want to
mean?
make a bet now?
No, I'm
Well, fuck
saying
the bet.
like,
Just
on
make your draft
FanDuel.
pick.
I'm just saying I would, and I would right now if you wanted to, but that's if you want to.
So
Oh,
are you doing
you
it?
like the Rams?
$50 bet right now.
Oh my
That
god.
the Rams
Lines on
win.
the Rams?
Point blank period right now. Yeah, straight up.
Who's the favorite in that game? I want to see if I get more money on FanDuel.
You're the favorite. You're the you are the favorite.
I
I'll
am?
do a
$50?
straight $50 wager
deal.
right now.
All right,
okay.
yeah. You got it? All right, 50 beans right now?
Yes.
All right,
Now
X
make your pick.
We need a
Shake,
board,
all right.
bro.
back picks.
So you got the Rams, got the lines. All right,
Yes.
shake. All right, no doubt. All right. Lunch is going to be good next week. 50 beans, 2 lunch specials.
$50 richer now, baby.
All right, so. All right, yeah.
Back your Lions, bro. Go ahead now. Do it.
Yeah, but the thing is, all right, yeah, well, I know I'm going to get at least 2 games out of him.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to get 2 games out of him because he's going to win 1. And Tom probably saw this coming. Amara St. Brown. Yeah.
As soon as you mentioned Lions,
Yeah.
makes sense.
Got to go with him. And then for my next pick, see, it's weird with the Cowboys because don't the Cowboys kind of fold whenever it's a ideal situation for them to win?
You know, Cowboys gonna Cowboy.
Cowboys
yeah.
gonna
Cowboys gonna
Cowboy.
Cowboy.
But they lifted
destined-
the Jimmy Johnson curse this past
They
season,
did.
So.
So
He has no idea who that is.
Nope. No clue.
yeah, I'm just gonna act like I know what the fuck it is.
Nick just did a spit take all over Matty J's floor.
Oh my goodness.
Go get paper towels and clean that.
Yeah.
It's not floor.
That was
Oh, I gotta get a producer cam. I gotta just
Wow.
make it the laptop camera next time. I'll set that up.
No, I kind of
that
like.
was crazy.
I kind of like the idea that people who don't know us and don't know what Pete
have
looks
no
like.
idea.
Yeah,
what they
yeah.
Yeah,
It's,
bro, he did
Go
a
ahead,
whole
Pete.
fucking
What
spit take.
happened?
you have another pick, bro.
What happened? Look, honestly, it's weird because I feel like the Dolphins, like, I love the Dolphins so much, but I just don't know if they're just going to fold under pressure. I mean, I really. Little Nick is laughing.
Hurry up.
Yeah, what's the fuck's a pick, bro?
Jesus, Pete.
Pick? You know what?
What?
Dak Prescott, what's up?
All right.
Get myself a QB right now.
Good.
I'm just laughing because people. That,
Oh, no, I messed up. No, I didn't mess up. I have too many 49ers.
It's over
already.
with now.
Yeah, I mean, you made the pick.
Yeah, no, I don't have too many
people
49ers.
that don't see.
Just go, Chris,
Can't
please.
hear him probably think he's gay.
Oh no.
What, from Nelk?
Yo.
God damn it. No. All right, we gotta
Make
edit
your
that.
pick, Chris. Yeah.
Whatever. Continue.
Oh, I thought he said a name.
No, just continue.
Let's
Yeah,
just.
no, I made my 2 picks. I have
Hey, Chris, you're
Amara
up.
St.
Go
Brown.
ahead.
All right.
Amara St. Brown. I would love to change my Dak Prescott pick,
You
but
can't
I already
change
clicked the
your
button.
pick.
I clicked the button. If
Jesus
we're on a draft,
Christ.
I click draft. So what are you gonna,
Yeah, you also ran out of time, so fucking auto drafted.
Yo,
but
not
you know
only
what,
did
go
this
ahead.
dude spit take, but he spit taked on top of all the wires, bro. That's crazy.
Nick.
Right, that are all fucking plugged in. That's a fire hazard.
wouldn't that put out the fire?
No,
It would start
You
it.
fucking, oh my god.
With my pick, shit.
I've been so distracted.
I'm gonna-
take him next. Don't take him, Chris.
He's fallen too far. Even if I only get 1 game out of him, that game could be historic. Give me Tyreek Hill.
Oh, thank God. So I'm gonna get the stack. I'm gonna take Stephon Diggs.
Oh, that I fucked up. That was so obviously the pick. You cooked me there. I
Yeah.
thought about him like 2 rounds ago too, and then forgot he existed.
I was hoping he came back to me because I have Allen.
Yeah, I
All right.
fumbled there. Good shit.
I don't feel great about it. But again, I feel like even though he didn't have a great season for fantasy, get his water all over his shirt.
Go
He
ahead.
didn't have a great season for fantasy. But been there, done that. Give me Travis Kelce
Fuck,
here.
bro. I was gonna take him if you didn't end up with him.
And
Thank
then
God you took him.
and then my next pick. Give me Brandon Ayuk at my flex.
Ooh.
You know what's funny?
Come on.
Brett not taking him after Debo.
Yep.
Yeah.
You fumbled.
You just couldn't stack all Niners
Thing
though,
is-
bro.
That's why the camera's on me and not you.
He could-
I know
he
ball.
could- yeah, he could talk crap the whole. No, the thing,
He does talk a lot of shit.
because the thing is, but he
Pete, the
backs it
chat's
up.
asking for a face
backs it
reveal.
up.
bro.
Yeah, you're
They
right.
do
We
want a
actually
face
really
reveal.
want a face reveal.
Well,
They want your face reveal.
We'll do it at the end, maybe.
Yeah. Trunks
yeah,
wants
I
a
feel like
face reveal.
sticking my face in the front is kind of funny.
Yeah, Trunks
a
has
little
never
too much.
Trunks has never seen you before, so he wants to see what you look
Oh,
like.
Trunks?
Yeah. All right.
Imagine naming your kid Trunks.
Who's Matt Troncali? Seems
This
like a
is
really
tough, man.
awesome guy.
This is real tough. I need another. Actually, all right. I agree. I think the Niners do end up. Actually, no, I don't. I'm not
Should've
gonna.
never
I'm not
said
gonna
that. All right,
back
good.
the
You don't
Niners.
think that?
Fuck the Niners,
Perfect.
bro. I'm not backing them.
Great. Yeah, no.
I gotta. Fuck, bro. This is tough, man. The options at a certain position are just not very deep. All right. I'm gonna take. Bro, I do not feel good about any of these picks. I'm gonna take Amari Cooper. Is who I'm
Amari
gonna take.
Cooper.
Whoa.
I'm gonna take
Damn.
Amari Cooper
It's all right. More.
because I think they win
Calm.
another game. I think they win one game.
Maybe he puts up 50 for you again.
I think they win
Who
one
knows?
game.
And bro, this is the wait, time out, time out.
Not two.
This
three,
is the
four,
team he put 50 on.
This is true.
No, that's true. Yeah, I didn't know that, but that's true.
This is true.
I didn't even think about that. This is the team he put 50 on.
Yeah.
All right, with my pick here, I'm going to take a guy who I'd like to believe is going to at least get 2 games in the playoffs, and I think that's valuable in this type of thing. Give me Devontae Smith to be my flex.
Thank God. All right. Awesome. You know when you think someone's gonna take the player you're about to take?
Yeah.
That's happened to me with all 3 of the last
It's happened to
picks,
me a
and
lot
it
with
wasn't
Tom, buddy.
either player. All right. So
And then I did.
Yeah.
a wise man once said, "Diversify your portfolio." Right. But I'm a man that likes to go all in, high stakes. You know what I'm saying?
Throwing another Niner.
Oh no, we're going with the Baltimore Ravens. We're going Zay Flowers because I think he's very Isaiah likely to do really well. My second pick.
Oh
Is
my
Isaiah like-
God. That
Did
was
you think of that as
was
you were
really
saying
good.
it?
That
You
was good?
definitely
I
thought
thought
of
it was
that.
corny. I was a
It
little.
was
afraid.
corny,
little
but it was
corny,
good.
it was good.
Yeah.
Did you think of that as the words were coming out of your mouth
Yeah,
and you
it just,
planned
yeah,
it?
it just came out that way.
pretty tough.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right,
Yeah.
so
I'm impressed.
I appreciate you. Yeah.
you pretty much made this next pick for me, Pete. You know, on a talent scale, it was pretty obvious, but in terms of who I think will go further, that's why I was a little bit bamboozled
known.
and shook.
Couldn't
But
have said it.
with this pick here, I'm going to take George Kittle
Fuck, bro.
to be my tight end.
Dude,
I just don't.
if I didn't take 2 Niners already, I was taking them. So good pick.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I gotta say to that.
All right.
Showing out. Yeah, doing his thing.
Okay. Here we go. This one's a little tough now. I'm gonna take I don't want to end up with relying on this team, but I kind of have no choice right now. I'm gonna go with my tight end spot. Jesus fucking Christ.
Nah, you stuck the mic down there too?
It shot backwards. Mike was forward.
What the fuck?
I'm gonna take Jake Ferguson
Okay.
to fill my tight end spot.
Okay. Who's your quarterback?
I took Dak.
You?
Lamar?
Okay. That's what I was the whole time thinking, how is no one taking Lamar?
No, I took
And who's
Lamar.
yours?
No, he
earlier.
took that was
Josh Allen.
your
Okay.
first pick. Yeah.
So I need a quarterback.
be my
Let me just make sure who's still I'm trying to think. Let me just make sure who's still on the board here. Can't take Flacco. My last pick is going to be Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
Even if maybe Baker doesn't pull it off.
He really is.
Had to do it, man.
He really isn't.
That's it, right? Those are
Yeah.
my picks.
That's
yeah, okay.
your squad.
All right.
Matty J.
All right, for my final pick, there are like no running backs remaining, which is a bit of a problem. With my final pick, this is a terrible pick. Damn, bro. I'm between like 3 running backs right now, and I don't know which one I want to take. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with. Damn, this is rough. Screw it. I'm going DeAndre Swift.
Fuck, man.
I folded yesterday and picked him too.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
I don't like it.
Dude.
Don't like it,
Yeah.
but
Just kind of had to.
Oh,
Oh, Sleazy said, I heard that one. Go check your drawers. B."
That wasn't even me. That was little Nick.
oh, shit, bro. There's really no running backs.
none. There's one that I was thinking
one,
of aside
yeah.
from that.
Shit.
Because I think they'll go far. Bro, motherfucker's saying take Najee. Shut up. Nobody no, actually, I love Najee Harris.
We need some like
Shout out Najee, but
what's that like elevator music while we make the picks? It's like
I don't know.
Elevator music? You mean Jeopardy music?
no, not Jeopardy. Like elevator
copywritten.
music.
Like
Like
waiting
elevator
music?
I don't know if I'll.
Can you
With
just
my
sing?
final pick, give me David Montgomery.
Oh my God.
I was thinking of doing that.
Yeah. My
Who you
final
got,
pick
Pete?
is gonna be.
Oh my God, bro. All right.
You can't have the mic.
I got it.
bro.
I'm holding it.
You need to stop.
Yeah, I got Jahmyr Gibbs. I just need another running back. Let me toss him in there.
Good pick.
Yeah, whatever.
The only other running back I thought of was weird
Edwards.
enough.
I don't
Gus
even know why I'm
Edwards.
saying whatever. I like
Gus
Trunks,
Edwards,
I
yeah.
was thinking about it, bro. Trunks, I see it. Like, I saw you in the chat. I was thinking about it,
You wanna
but
read out our
Or
squads?
Jalen Warren, even. Yeah, let's read out our squads.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tom.
All right. So at quarterback, I have Jalen Hurts. My running backs are Kyron Williams and James Cook. Did I pick a flex? Wait, bro.
What do you mean?
you did.
I have 6 players. Is that what I'm supposed to have?
No, you're supposed to
You're
have
supposed to have
7.
7.
Oh, fuck.
I have 7.
You have 7 players.
No, I don't.
You didn't write someone down.
I
Pete
didn't,
Oh, no,
ended
bro.
the draft.
dude, I didn't write down any of mine, so
I
I
picked
just don't remember
Hurts.
all of them right
It's
now.
fuck-
And then I said, wait, was that my last pick? And everyone said, yeah. So I didn't pick the back-to-back just now.
Oh my
Oh
God.
my God.
Oh, well.
I mean, I got to pick someone. Yeah, I fumbled.
Were you realistically gonna pick any of the guys we picked after though?
Probably, yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Wow.
But, like, it is what it is. All right, hang on.
After that.
Fuck, I
DeAndre
really
Swift.
fumbled, bro. Swift, Gibbs, and
Monty.
Gibbs and Monty.
I have
all
to
the
pick a
choices
receiver.
were
I have to pick a receiver.
Oh.
I mean, you do have to pick
Yeah,
a
I need a
okay.
receiver.
So, no, you wouldn't have picked any of the remaining
No,
guys.
I wouldn't.
Any of the guys that were picked. so. There's one guy that I'm surprised didn't get drafted at all. And he's going to go nuts at the receiver position. So I hope you think correctly here.
Man.
Come on, buddy.
Now you're making me nervous.
Come on, buddy.
You're making me overthink it.
They're going to win a playoff game most likely. Since it's already over, I'll fucking help you. I don't even care.
I can't believe I sold like that. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Um.
Part of me wishes I took him.
We
I'm
should have
not
7
gonna
picks,
lie.
right?
Yeah.
7, yeah.
They're gonna win a playoff game. What the fuck are you talking
Likely going to win a playoff game.
All right,
Not
Tom.
ruling.
Get
You
on
can do
with
this,
it, bro.
buddy.
Bro, I'm trying. I'm
All right, look
thinking,
AFC,
man.
buddy, and look at receivers. That's simple.
I'm thinking, man.
We're going to give you a clock.
No.
Yes.
10.
No, come on. We're talking about Pete ripping ass for like fucking 5 minutes straight.
And whose pick was
I get
it?
time. I get time. Give me a
Definitely
second
don't
here.
get
5 minutes. 5 minutes is crazy. That's yeah.
All
All
right.
right.
It was
Give me-
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Give me a 30
It was
second
like
clock.
7 minutes.
seconds. Seconds. Yeah.
You have 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
Whoa.
It's kind of crazy.
Don't fold.
7.
4.
It's funny. You
Yeah,
got a
yeah.
clock.
Give me Mike Evans.
Okay.
Oh, dude.
Who were you
yeah,
thinking
I
of?
wouldn't
Rasheed
even-
Rice.
Yeah, that's
Crazy
that's
that
the other
nobody
guy.
picked him.
I have
who you were thinking?
Kelsey.
Yes,
That's why.
whole time. Crazy that nobody.
I have
picked him.
Kelsey. That's why I didn't.
Yeah,
pick
but it
him.
doesn't matter stacking
Yeah, I know.
teams at this point.
All right. I'm
All right, yeah,
sorry.
so let's
sorry, that
run
took
it
so
down.
long.
Yeah,
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 yeah. So
sorry.
my team is Jalen Hurts at quarterback. My running backs are Kyron Williams and James Cook. My wide receivers are CeeDee Lamb and Mike Evans. And my tight end is Travis Kelsey, and my flex is Brandon Ayuk.
My quarterback is Josh Allen. My running back is Isaiah. My 2 running backs are Isaiah Pacheco and DeAndre Swift. My 2 wide receivers are AJ Brown and Stephon Diggs. My tight end is Jake Ferguson, and my flex is Amari Cooper.
I got Lamar, Tony Pollard, David Monty, Puka, Tyreek, George Kittle, Devontae Smith.
Yes, I got Dak, McCaffrey, Jahmyr Gibbs, Debo, Say Flowers, Montgomery, and
You don't have Montgomery.
I'm sorry,
you have
Amon-Ra
Jahmyr
St.
Gibbs.
Brown. Apologize. I love saying Amon.
He's literally reading it off his phone and still said the wrong name.
No, I wrote down the wrong name.
You have Jahmyr Gibbs and Amon-Ra St. Brown, buddy.
You know what? All right, Dak, McCaffrey, Jahmyr Gibbs, Debo Samuel, Zay Flowers, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Isaiah Likely.
Cool.
All
Let's
right.
run it.
Nice.
I like my team.
All right.
Love
Well,
me.
that's our teams. I actually despise my fucking team.
I'm rocking with my team.
I'm rocking with my team
Rocking
too.
with my
Dude, should we
team.
actually make a league for this and just put a couple bucks on it?
I'm down to put some.
Well, we're gonna come up with
Off this
a
draft?
punishment, right?
No, it's kind of messed up because Tom didn't get to really. He got.
He literally
I mean,
would have
honestly,
selected a
yeah,
receiver
all
either
three
way.
of
Would you have
all-
taken Mike Evans anyway?
Probably.
We all took a
three
running
of you
back.
took running back, so it
And he
didn't even
needed
make
a
difference.
receiver,
Yeah,
so it
even
didn't
make
matter.
difference.
Oh, what the? Yeah. So it's the same. Yeah, I'm down. I mean, I had a lot of fun.
I could have taken.
Well,
a
we're
running
putting a
back, but-
punishment on this.
We will put a punishment
Yeah, I
on
mean,
it.
I'm down.
We could put
The
a
loser
winner,
gets
winner
punished.
prize.
We could put a
The
winner
winner
prize.
gets punished.
No,
The loser
yeah.
gets like
Oh.
That's how that
last
works.
place gets a legit punishment.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have to do.
That's cool.
We could do a money prize if we want to for the winner. I
Like
don't-
Ortiz's punishment last year was take a train ride to
he ever do
Buffalo and
that?
then come back.
like
Yeah.
literally.
He actually did it.
No,
No.
that's why
We
he's
have-
not here. We had
and
to
we
kick him
still-
off.
We still have
to kick him off.
that was the alternative. That was the alternative. It's like a Practical Jokers. If you refuse a punishment, you
You're
fucking
done.
leave.
Do you see Dean here? Do you see Dean here? No.
Why?
He didn't
Do
do
we
his punishment.
What was his punishment?
He has to go to a fucking IHOP or a diner and
Do the
or every
24-hour
3
challenge.
pancakes that you eat takes an hour off.
All I'm gonna say is just don't make me do
An
anything
hour.
like disgusting. That's the only thing
That's-
I'm gonna veto.
If you
Wheel
have to eat
decides,
like
brother.
80 pancakes, it's pretty disgusting. I'm not gonna.
I mean, yeah, but like, just
gotta
don't
take
get me
an
like,
hour
don't get me
off
like
three-
dirty or anything. You know,
How
I
do
don't
you-
want to
Dirty.
I don't want to get dirty. I don't want to get
I
dirty.
want you to get dirty, Tom.
How do you take an hour off? What do you mean an hour?
Oh,
off
Sleazy
three
said I have the
pancakes?
best team.
So you have to. Okay, so you go to an IHOP or a diner or whatever for 24 hours, right?
Yeah.
Every 3 pancakes that you eat takes
Yeah.
an hour off your time of staying there.
I got you.
Every 3.
Every 3.
Oh, dude, that's
Fuck
light.
doing one,
Yo,
bro.
you're telling
Because
me-
I
Yeah,
could
it's
sit there.
supposed to be
I
with
could eat
one,
36
bro.
I could
pancakes.
sit there and eat fucking 10 pancakes
That was-
in like 25
10, dude.
minutes.
And you still have to sit in an IHOP for
Yo,
14 hours.
36
What do you
pancakes, 12
mean?
hours.
What?
36 pancakes,
Yeah,
12
but think
hours.
about it. You're
That's-
still
that's-
eating
that's
more
not that-
pancakes,
that's not
bro.
horrible.
You're eating. I eat
you eat
those
36
10, and then
pancakes
2 hours
12
later, I'm
Bro,
bored of
36
eating again.
I have to
IHOP
pay for the
pancakes is
pancakes?
crazy.
You're talking
Probably.
about IHOP pancakes?
Fuck
are pretty
that,
small,
man.
Like,
They're normal size, bro.
are they
36.
the size of the plate or are they smaller ones?
They're the size of the plate.
Yeah, no shot.
36. What the?
Well, I also feel like that's a very unrealistic punishment. You think that
I think 3 is
actually
crazy.
possible?
It should
I
be
think 3 is
1. It's
crazy.
No, then
normally
we
the
meet in the middle with 2.
The way
I
people
could eat
normally
10
do it is
pancakes
1.
in a
I know, but
sitting.
everyone doesn't eat like you.
nah, well,
You're not
most of
normal.
us could. No matter
You
who
could.
eat- bro. Yo,
No,
10 in a sitting?
you definitely could too. We all
Bro,
could.
but I'm
Fuck this definitely.
Time-
What do you-
Do you have my appetite or no?
I can eat
I don't
5
know.
pancakes in 10 minutes.
Bro, if I'm
Maybe.
trapped in an IHOP, I'm not gonna like. I'm not gonna eat till I can't
Oh, I'm
take it
boredom
anymore,
eating.
bro.
I have to.
bored. I love
Boredom eating.
Dude, that's awesome.
What's the
Eating's
one chip
awesome,
challenge?
dude.
Sad
Chip is like
spicy
the
chip.
spiciest.
Yeah,
Oh,
we'll
God
throw that
damn
on the
it, bro,
wheel,
I'm gonna
too.
fucking die.
We definitely
We'll throw that on the wheel.
Spicy
That's a
chicken?
W idea, gang. Yeah,
Yeah,
the one
whoever's
chip
Shout out-
in the
shout out
chat, drop
Santos.
some fucking
Dude,
ideas.
people actually like got hurt doing that. So
Yeah,
I mean, if
part of the
that's
punishment.
It's
We
not
could throw
that.
money on it too for the winner.
have you ever
Something
done
calm
one?
though.
No.
Something calm.
$10.
$10.
Done
Yeah.
the-
You
have
did
you
a
ever
one-
done the Blazing Wings
I was there. You
challenge?
guys
at-
did it on my birthday.
Oh yeah,
and we did
yeah.
nothing for my birthday.
At B-Dubs. That was
Yeah.
probably worse than a one chip challenge, given the fact that there were 5 wings that you had to
Just
fucking eat.
He just slipped that right in there. He's like, yeah, I did nothing for my birthday.
Like, on my birthday, I'm like, yo, what's going on? What are we doing? Like, yo, we're on B-Dubs doing the hot wing challenge. I was like, awesome, come watch.
Yo, this kid Trunks is psychotic, bro. The shit that you be dropping in the chat is actually fucking crazy.
So $10.
$10.
$10 buy-in.
$10? Yeah,
Winner gets 10.
It's not even about the money. It's just for the fun. I think
Yeah,
a
something
punishment with
calm.
no money.
Yeah,
I'll
but
put
let's
money on
do-
if you want. But
No, let's do something for the winner. $10.
Yeah, all right,
Pick a
10 bucks
side,
for the
dude.
winner. Yeah, that's cool.
$30.
pancakes
bro.
you
Yeah, that's
talking about
fine.
in one sitting, or like, because you could
No,
definitely.
we could do
eat-
the frozen paintballs too, Sleazy.
Well,
we could
we're
throw
gonna
that
have
on
to
the
think
wheel.
about. We're gonna have to think about the challenge. 'cause
down.
Yeah,
that's-
I'm sure. I think
Yeah, that's-
Trunks probably still has the old wheel
He said he
somewhere.
did,
Frozen
Yeah, he just said it actually. Yeah,
I don't
Trunks
mind the
has
frozen
wheel.
paintball idea.
Frozen paintballs. The fuck?
I have a
I-
TikTok segment real quick. We have to
Hold
do.
up,
Yeah,
let's all
yeah,
do
no, I
our let's
was
all
just
do our
jumping
Super
in.
Bowl
Maybe next
predictions real quick.
Oh, shit. I don't even know.
Say
Let's
it.
see.
I'm sticking with my preseason
No.
predictions.
Say like for TikTok.
Oh.
If I decide to post TikTok.
These are our Super Bowl predictions.
Cool.
I'm gonna stick with my preseason prediction. I'm gonna take the Dallas Cowboys to face off against the Baltimore Ravens, standing on business.
I'm up.
I'm not in this segment, right?
You can
No.
do it.
Wait, what is it?
Yeah, I would-
Super Bowl picks.
We could hear the two.
Oh,
of
Super.
them.
Oh, Super. I love this.
Yeah, you guys can. You guys,
we can hear the two of you. Yeah, fuck
you
it.
guys
Fuck
can make a
fuck
pick.
it.
You guys can make a pick.
All right, my Super
Yeah,
Bowl.
you're allowed.
My Super Bowl picks, bro. In the AFC, I'm gonna pivot off Miami. Sadly, I'm gonna take
I'd love to see it.
Gasp.
Honestly, I'm gonna go with the same shit as Matty J. I'm not gonna lie. I think those are the two best teams, best team in their conference. I'm gonna go with Baltimore. Baltimore, Dallas. You took Baltimore?
Yep.
All right, fuck it. Give me
And
Dallas.
Baltimore to win.
Yeah, give me Dallas to win it all.
Dallas
over Baltimore.
I'll
Fuck
go
it.
next.
I'm next.
I'm gonna go next.
Oh, yeah,
Go ahead,
yeah,
go
yeah.
Yeah, you're a part of the
Go for it.
podcast, so
That's crazy.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Trunks' preseason prediction was the Bengals to win.
Shout out Jake Browning.
remember? Yo, wait, time out.
Go ahead, go
Sorry. Trunks said we got into a debate. It's on the archive somewhere. It's somewhere down there. Trunks said that it is more likely the Bengals make the Super Bowl than the
remember
Bengals
that.
miss the playoffs. Look at us
Holy
now.
shit.
Fuck you, Trunks.
That's why you're not here.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Scumbag.
Yeah.
All right.
That guy needed a microphone taken away from him. My Super Bowl prediction is the boring one, but it's the 49ers and the Baltimore Ravens, and the Baltimore Ravens take it home.
No vet.
Damn, I can't wait for fucking Joe Flacco to upset the Ravens
Facts.
and ruin
That'd be
all our
fucking
Super
nuts.
Bowl
It'd be
pick.
You
nuts.
said Niners, Ravens.
Yeah.
What do you got?
I'm up.
Yeah?
Matty J win or no?
Yeah.
I went.
Yeah. My bad. Yeah, no. I was going Niners, Ravens.
And who do you got taking it?
Winning it all.
Winning it all.
49ers play way too clean for me not to take them.
Word?
Yeah, they're just clean, bro. I've never seen a team drive the ball up the field without celebrating. I mean,
That's why we
big
picked them.
catches, the whole nine. Like they play like a winning football team. Like
That's
I've
fair.
talked to Tom about this before. Like
Yeah.
the way they play, even just from playing football, the teams that always won the most games, they're not celebrating off giant plays all the time. That's just awesome. All right, now let's get a touchdown. And then when they do get a touchdown, yeah, maybe they'll celebrate a little bit, whatever, pat each other on the head, whatever. But, they're not doing backflips in the end zone, going crazy. Like, that's just a winning team right there. They just get the ball down the field, score a touchdown, and they win. That's just a team I see winning Super Bowl. But the Ravens are obviously absolutely awesome. So I would love to see either of them win, but just the way the Niners hold themselves, I feel like they're going to take it all. So that's
Fair.
just, that's just kind of my verdict on it.
Nick, who you got?
Nick, who you got?
Oh, I get the mic. Oh shit. Damn, this bitch is heavy.
The donut at the bottom, super heavy.
It is
Yeah.
very heavy.
Hold it with two hands.
Yeah. All right.
Just firmly grasp it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Grip
almost
it.
like
Yeah.
So I think it's pretty clear the Ravens are gonna win the AFC. The only competition they got is the Bills. Miami sucks. Pat Mahomes has nobody to throw to. So yeah, I might be boring too, but we're gonna go Ravens. And the NFC, Cowboys are the Cowboys. They're gonna lose.
Facts.
This might be a hot take. Chris knows how I feel about CJ Stroud in H-Town.
Oh.
I also
They're in the
I think the state of Michigan is pretty hot right now. I think the supporters go crazy.
Do it.
With all that being said, Super Bowl, give me the Ravens versus the 49ers. I think that's the only option.
What a pivot.
I swear to God, I was about to say, like, you better pick the Texans versus the Lions or some shit right now. Like, what the fuck?
No, I mean, shout out to CJ Stroud. That boy go dumb. But no, I think the 49ers are too complete of a team
Yeah.
to.
They ain't
Black
losing
ball
to
the way.
Detroit, I'll tell you that much.
I'm giving the mic back to PP, Big PP.
No, we could share it. Ready? Yeah, you hold one side, I hold the other.
I bet you hold the top. I got the
Yo,
bottom.
off the rails.
Say less. No, but seriously, this is one thing I forgot to mention that is just kind of I don't know if you guys even talked about this, but like the Super Bowl color theory about how
Yes.
Yes.
So that was my initial thing where when I saw that I was like, all right, that's kind of freaky and weird. And then like I actually thought about it and I was like, yo, the Niners and the Ravens.
Yeah, so
No,
let
it's
me,
why-
let me tell them, though,
Yeah.
if they don't know. So if you guys don't know, the Super Bowl logo is different every year. Obviously, they make a different Super Bowl logo. And the past, 3 years has it been? The two colors that were the Super Bowl logos were primary colors of the two teams going against each other. And this year, the colors are purple and red.
And red, yeah.
Except Lions versus Browns. This kid.
Nah, it's just all about the
Storybook.
colors, Trunks. Nah,
Yeah.
seriously though, that's freaky.
Yeah.
It
That's
is.
freaky. And then when I actually thought about it, I was like, yo, I actually think both of these teams are gonna make the Super Bowl. Like when I actually started thinking about, all right, who's gonna make it? To the Super Bowl.
Bro, that's some crazy
It made
shit.
sense. Yeah, I don't know.
I have
But-
an interesting. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, go bananas. Yeah.
I have an interesting thing to pose. So we talked about who we think is going to win the Super Bowl. What is your, because there's a lot of like storybook endings that could happen. What is your ideal Super Bowl matchup storybook ending?
Dolphins, Cowboys.
Okay.
Actually, nah. Fuck the Cowboys.
You're talking storybook right now?
Storybook. Give me the Dolphins and the. I have to pick the Dolphins because I'm a Dolphins fan. So like, obviously that's the storybook for me. But Dolphins, Tampa, baby. The Battle of Florida in the Super Bowl.
So
Florida takes on Vegas.
the one I just thought of is Joe Flacco upsets the Ravens, gets to the Super Bowl. Baker on the other side of things gets to the Super Bowl.
That'd be fucking nuts.
Baker gets his revenge on the Browns. That'd be fucking crazy.
That'd be wild. Honestly, I guess my like ideal one would be like ideal storybook. I'd say it's Joe Flacco going to the Super Bowl with Cleveland, whom he rivaled and dominated for years with the Ravens. And then in the NFC, the vets, the teams that were counted out. Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams, bro. Give me two of the vets in the NFL and two guys that we thought were going to be coming into the season mostly washed. Like, people forget, we were coming into the year thinking Matthew Stafford wasn't going to be all that great because the supporting cast wasn't going to be there. And then who these two lead their fucking teams to the Super Bowl when nobody expected it? That'd be crazy. Another one, Lamar Jackson leading his team to the Super Bowl. I do think that is a storybook thing with what he said on draft night. He said, I'm going to get these guys one. Like, I'm going to win them a Super Bowl. With everything that happened in the offseason, with the fact that he was this close to not even getting paid. Yeah. For him to come out, do this season, and do the whole thing, that'd be crazy. That would be storybook as fuck. So
Sure.
All right. Before we end, courtesy of Pete, he said we must do this TikTok segment. So, Nick, if you want to zoom in on me, just for the angles. Good? All right. I'm good? All right. Which NFL safety would you rather have? Yeah, right? That's how I do the intros?
Yeah, based on their stats.
My bad. Which NFL safety would you rather have based on their stats? All right. Player A has 87 total Player A had 87 total tackles, 0 interceptions, 0 sacks, and 0 forced fumbles. Okay. Player B had 122 total tackles, 3 interceptions, 6 sacks, and 6 forced fumbles.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious. I'm taking player B.
fuck. Is player B like Kyle Hamilton or something? Jesus Christ. I'm taking player B.
So player A is Pro Bowl safety Budda Baker of the Arizona Cardinals. And player B is not Pro Bowl safety of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Antoine Winfield Jr.
Oh, my God.
Change the Pro Bowl, man.
This
might be
horrendous.
the worst snub. And you know what's crazy, actually? So a lot of people are, just a quick convo before we end, a lot about the Pro Bowl. A lot of people were shitting on Bobby Wagner making the Pro Bowl. And now, ever since I had that Colts clip, I'm on like Colts Twitter. So they were very upset that Zaire Franklin didn't get in. So I was looking to see, bro, Bobby Wagner wasn't like...
No, he wasn't bad this season.
He probably was a Pro Bowl linebacker this year, if I'm being honest. His PFF... I know PFF grades aren't the end-all, be-all, but, like, his PFF grades are crazy. He has a bunch of... Like, he's probably still a top 3 to 5 linebacker in terms of stopping the run. Like, he still had a really good year. I know people hate Bobby Wagner now and think he gets overrated because he's old, but, I mean... He has as good of a case as anyone to be a Pro Bowl linebacker this year. That's just my point. I was very surprised, too, because when I was looking at it, those were the first 2 names I was going to do.
Yeah, especially because the Seahawks defense was just so underwhelming this season, like, relative to expectation and stuff. But he's still a baller. Yeah. Still a winning player. Year, so, before we end, I do want to do one other TikTok segment. We probably should have done this last week. Yeah. But it is what it is. This is just Would You Rather? Justin Fields edition. All right. So, obviously, Justin Fields is topical right now. Here we go. Justin Fields or Jared Goff?
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna take the other guy over Justin Fields for plenty
Pretty
of
much
reasons,
every time.
probably.
Yeah.
Justin Fields or Geno Smith?
Gino.
Gino.
Okay. Justin Fields or Gardner Minshew?
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields.
Okay.
Just based off the potential.
Justin Fields or Derek Carr?
Carr was bad this season. Man.
He had a stretch to end the year on the last 4 or 5 games where he was phenomenal, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Derek Carr. I've seen him do it. Seen Derek Carr put together some pretty impressive seasons.
We're gonna catch some shit for this, but yeah, give me Derek Carr.
I mean, if we're gonna catch some shit from this, then they're the ones that are delusional.
What is?
I mean,
what
you
do
know.
we think Justin Fields is?
I've never seen
This
so
is
many
the
Justin
real
Fields
fucking
fans
conversation
in
bro.
my
Like,
life.
What do we think Justin Fields is? Like everyone's acting like he's like this elite passer and stuff like that. Apparently, he has 300,000 season
That was
yards
mad funny.
this year. 300,000, which is crazy. Congrats to him. But no, this is ridiculous. Like this whole Justin Fields thing needs to stop. I'm sure with better coaching he'll be great, but like let's stop and not act like he was generational. Like cuz he wasn't. So enough with that. It's just ridiculous. Justin Fields or Jake Browning?
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields or Russell Wilson? Ooh.
Right now on my team, I would rather have Justin Fields.
Got one season.
Yeah, give me Justin Fields.
All right, and finally, Justin Fields or Sam Howell?
Give me Sam Howell.
Damn, that's gonna get some shit.
Yeah, give me Justin Fields. Give me Justin Fields.
I'm being so dead serious too, not trolling at all whatsoever.
All right, well that's that.
Okay.
So,
All right, wrap this shit up.
Yep.
thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to leave a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, follow us on all of our socials, check out some of the videos.
When we hit 1,000 subs, we're doing the Pete face reveal. 1,000
Yeah.
subscribers for
Facts.
the Pete
Yeah,
face
W.
reveal. So,
Facts.
W.
you know,
W
I know
clickbait.
most of you guys are already subscribed. Actually, we lost a subscriber while we were live,
Wow, that's
but that's
crazy.
pretty
Wow.
crazy.
That's
It's probably
nuts.
Pete unsubscribing when I was yelling at him before. But 1,000 subs for the Pete face reveal. So I know you guys are subscribed. Tell your grandmas, your sisters, your brother's girlfriend, your brother's boyfriend,
Your
whatever
dog.
the case may be, your dog, your coworkers,
Dog's
your
boyfriend.
Take
teacher.
extra accounts just to
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah,
subscribe
let's
to the BallGame.
2024 is the year of BallGame, man. Let's get
Facts.
this 1,000 subs and then get the ball rolling from there. I love all you guys in the chat. Trunks, Sleazy, Pick a Side, Meme Santos.
You guys showed out tonight.
Yeah,
y'all did.
Trevor was in here for a little bit. Who else? Dean popped in for a little bit.
Ortiz was in
I know Ortiz
the
was here
original
in the
one.
beginning.
Yeah.
Our boy G-Man was in here for a little bit in the beginning on the
Nick
old
was in the
stream.
chat even on
Yeah,
the fucking
and right.
producers table over
Big
there.
shout out to our producers Nick and Pete. They're
Y'all
changing.
were awesome today.
They're
bro.
changing the dynamic of the BallGame universe. So
Facts.
shout out to those
For
guys.
sure.
man.
Facts.
Everyone drop a W, Nick and Pete in the chat right now.
Yup.
Facts. Again, thank you guys for watching. And with that,